Here in the Garden State of New Jersey, many people head to the Jersey Shore or Atlantic City for their summer vacation. However, there is another group of very hungry and very fast racers who instead make the trip to New Jersey Motorsports Park for their summertime fun. The drivers of the Ligier Junior Formula Championship, F4, and Formula Regional America fight for big money and big opportunities next, live on Speed Sport 1. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2.25-mile, 12-turn New Jersey Motorsports Park. I'm Ralph Shaheen. Ben Sissel's with me here today. We're going to have a guest joining us as well as we get this open-wheel block of racing underway here live on Speed Sport 1. We're going to begin with the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Then we'll have F4, and we'll wrap up the day with the Formula Regional Americas Championship Series. It's going to be a great afternoon of racing. Glad to have you with us. As I mentioned, 3 different forms of open-wheel machinery competing here today. Let's show you a little bit more about the cars and give you some ideas to how you can tell the difference between the different machinery that you're looking at. Here's race director Scott Goodyear.
This is the open-wheel ladder system here in the SpeedTour series. We have 3 different classes for drivers to come out of karting and get involved in car racing. The first class we have is what we call the JFC class, and this is the Gen 1 F4 car that we used for many years, and now it's been replaced by the Gen 2 car, which I'll bring you up to speed here in just a second. But this is a monocoque chassis. It's got the Honda K20 engine in it. It's about 160 horsepower. The cars go about 130 miles an hour, and the driver, if you look inside here, get just like an F1 car or an Indy car. Beautiful seats, steering wheels have all the controls on it, and in the back here you can see that they've got a great wing system that the drivers get to now come out of karting and start to play with wings front and rear. This is a great training car for young drivers coming out of karting, and the nice thing about this is that you can come into this class here at 14 years of age. The really neat thing that I find is that this class is so competitive for all the drivers. They get the training and understanding about situational awareness about cars around them, because these cars are bigger than obviously a kart that they were used to before, and then they have the opportunity then to move into our Gen 2 car. And this is the new F422 Gen 2 car. It's a halo car, so it looks very similar to an F1 car. This car itself has about 180 horsepower, goes about 150 miles an hour. It's an up-to-date car. When I say that, you can just look at the wings that are on the car, and then if you look towards the back here, you can see the up-to-date floor. The aerodynamics of this car are up-to-date and super. It looks like a little Formula 1 car. The racing in this class here has been superb this year, and these drivers are getting themselves ready to move up to the top class that we have, which is a Formula Regional class. This class here is where drivers finish off in our ladder system, and they either head to Europe or else they go towards the Indy Next Series and then on to the IndyCar Series. And we've got quite a few drivers that have gone through this whole ladder system that we have now that are now competing in the IndyCar Series and also the Indianapolis 500. This car here, again, with the K20 motor and from Honda, this is the turbocharged motor, whereas the original F4 car did not have the turbocharge on it. So this is the 303 horsepower, about 165 mile an hour car. But everything you look on here, very similar to an F1 car. You look at the front wings, the rear wings, the aerodynamics, the tray that we have underneath here with the aerodynamics itself, the downforce on these cars is so similar to what they have to get used to when they start to move up the ladder. It's a terrific training ground car. All 3 of these classes here are what we work on to make sure that these drivers are prepped and ready to get into the next level of racing to continue their career.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. It's a great explanation of the 3 different categories we have here. We have 3 different folks holding microphones for our coverage as well, and joining me in the booth now is Jet Bowling. And Jet, you're going to be busy later today because you're going to be driving one of those Formula Regional America cars, the number 22 for Kiwi Motorsports. You currently have 1 win this year, 6 podiums, and you're 3rd in the points, just 30 out of the lead, which is very important. We'll get to in a second. Your best finish here in New Jersey was in this category of 3rd just a year ago. And I mentioned that points and why it's so important. We talked at the very top of the show about the big money that's available. There's a $100,000 scholarship if you win the Formula Regional Americas Championship.
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much for having me here. I'm happy to be able to finally get out to commentate a race this season. But, yeah, like you said, that's a lot of money. Obviously, racing is an expensive sport. You know, I'm blessed to have some budget to be able to take to new ventures next season. But an extra $100,000 sounds really good right about now.
I bet it does. And I'm sure it sounds really great to the folks at MasterCard and Visa, right? Because you maxed those out already. All right, well, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcasting crew. Here's Ben Sissel.
Thank you so much, Ralph. I'm here on the grid for the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. And one of the big stories, Ava Hansen had her best qualifying. She's fourth. I got to point something out, though. Her dad was showing me this. This is Zuzu. Zuzu was her mascot when she was in karts. Zuzu still exists as a stuffed animal that always rode in her cart at their tent. But there's not enough room in the cabin, so he's in sticker form. But your best qualifying here at New Jersey. Ava, how you feeling?
I'm feeling so excited, just so grateful to be here, and we got a lot of speed, so I want to put some good use to it.
Nice. Well, she's going to be out there starting fourth, doing really well. She had some laps here last year in F1600, but obviously feeling very comfortable. Then Harbir Das here with the Das Psych and the North Coast Medical Group. Harbir doing really well in the points. How you feeling here at New Jersey?
I'm feeling really excited for this race. I think it's be a good one. I got a good feeling about it.
Nice. He's got a good feeling about it. You can see he's going out on the sticker tires, a little bit scuffed. Then we come up here. So our points leader from Uruguay, Gaston Irasu with Elia Group NCAP, doing really well. Are you having a good time at New Jersey? Thumbs up. You feeling good at this track, Gaston?
Yeah, it's a new track for me, and I can get the P2 in the qualifying, so I'm really happy.
Nice. New track to him, he says, but he's qualified, feels really good about P2, the BSE. But I think the story here is going to be Roman Felber. His identical twin is back there in fifth place. But Roman, kind of a new car to him. I was talking to him before qualifying, and he was very happy with this car. And you've got to be happy about P1, Roman. How you feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like the car.
You hear that? A man, a few words, but he's running the Bio Longevity, the Labs car, and he's got Rebel Felber Motorsports on the side, just trying to go through because I know he's running the Phantom Fireworks, and then Town Hall, which I believe is a sports bar in Akron, Cleveland. Thank you very much. I'm getting some producer notes from Josh Felber over there. I like that. Then we come over here. Drew Such also doing very well in the championship. Drew, how you feeling? The second Berg Racing car I've spoken to. How you feeling about New Jersey?
Oh, I'm ready to go.
Nice, man. They don't have a lot to say. They're very game face here in the Ligier JFC Championship. Somebody who isn't camera shy, Daniel Carra, running with the Tenuta, Fopa, and Ambrosi, but also Work Hub. And they've just started with Work Hub just outside of Houston. They've just opened up a new garage. How you feeling, Daniel?
I'm feeling good. It's nice to be back here at New Jersey, and we're just looking to be back up at the front, so let's make it happen.
Nice. Looking to move back up to the front, he says. He says, let's make it happen. We've got so many great drivers here. Luca Day all the way from Canada, the road to racing here. But I want to come back because we do have a new driver with us. Jordan Martin, running with the Hubsidy, a marketing group out of Mexico. Let me come around here and get some comments from Jordan. Jordan, first weekend with us in JFC, New Jersey Motorsports Park. This is a pretty challenging course. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, just finding pace and then seeing what we can do in the races.
Nice. So, lights go out, first race. What's your goal when the lights go out and then for the end of the race?
Be very aware, keep it on track, of course, and just find my way to make up spots and make up some of my time that I've been losing. But again, just be very aware in what's happening.
Nice. Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, be very aware, try to make up spots when they go, but it sounds like she's not going to take any unnecessary risks out there, and that's exactly what we're trying to instill in the drivers in this series. So Cash Felber over here, right behind Ava, qualified 5th. Maximo Karam, we need to talk about Max. Max, very fast driver. Max, I'm unfamiliar with you in this car. Is this a new car or new livery?
It's the car that we used at NOLA, the one that we got a podium in, but we changed some of the changed the engine cover, the front wing, and the side pods because they were lighter and I was overweight last race in the other car. So yeah.
Nice. Well, there you go. And we got to get a good shot of this front wing. Check this out. Very nice, Max. I like that. Now we'll come back here a little bit because I hear that we're about to get going here. Kind of the calm before the storm. But Michael Fatuda in New Jersey from New York City. So Fatuda, this has got to be kind of one of your home tracks or one of the closer tracks to you. How you feeling about this?
I'm feeling kind of good about it. I qualified pretty good. I'm pretty fast now, so hopefully I can push my way up the grid. Definitely.
I like it. And he's got new frosted tips for his hairstyle. I haven't seen the steering wheel with you. It looks like you've made a few changes, Fatuda.
Actually, no, it's the same as Mid-Ohio, but I did put these grips at Mid-Ohio to have a better, handle on the steering wheel.
Nice. I like that. A little bit of insight here. Professional trumpet player from New York City, Michael Fatuda, doing really well. And then Zach Forey, all the way from South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Zach, how are you feeling?
Yeah, just want to feeling good. Just want to give a big shout out to the whole crew. We had a crash in qualifying and the car literally got off the jacks 2 minutes ago. So to get this car back on the grid is a big job. And thank you to everyone at Kiwi Motorsport for getting the car ready. I mean, it's just amazing what they've done for me, and yeah, hoping we can get a good result for the race.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you after this morning's session and you kind of nodded your head like not sure if I was going to be out there. I was talking to the Kiwi crew and they were working at it, so I love it. Big team effort for Kiwi, for Zach to get back out there. Now Zach wants to repay it to all of his crew as he goes out there looking for a good result here. But you can see I'm out here on the grid in the beginning of August. I'm not sweating. It's perfect weather. We've got blue skies, nice clouds. This should be a great start to our Ligier Junior Formula Championship here at the New Jersey Lottery SpeedTour. We've got a lot coming up. I'm not sure where we are here on the grid, but Ralph, I'm going to send it back up to you in the booth, and then I'll be down in pit lane doing some reporting.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. Looking forward to it. Jet, looks like all the racers are ready to go, the guys and the gals. This Ligier Junior Formula Championship is the first rung on the ladder that you drivers go up as you work your way to either IndyCar or potentially Formula One or who knows where. Tell me a little bit about the Ligier Junior Formula Championship as far as the ladder system.
Yeah, like you said, it's the very base of the entry level. It was actually my first car to ever drive, so very entry-level series, low horsepower, quite forgiving car. Good racing, really good racing. So, I'm not going to be surprised if we see the most passes out of any of the series in these races just because, there's not a lot of downforce, so you can follow quite closely at a track that's like this. But very forgiving, very cost-effective series as well. That's the main part, I think, that the championship does such a good job at. Tires are relatively cheap. They're not very, they don't use a lot of fuel compared to other cars, and just low cost, and that's all you can ask for from the entry-level series.
We talked about how you're racing for a $100,000 scholarship. Win this Ligier Junior Formula Championship, you automatically get a seat in an F4 car next year. Win the F4 series, get a seat in your championship, Formula Regional Americas, and you are on your way just like Jet Bowling is.
Yeah.
So stay with us. We're coming back here to New Jersey Motorsports Park. We're going to be getting the first of 3 races underway. A great afternoon of open wheel racing live here on Speed Sport 1. Stay with us. Ligier Junior Formula Championship coming up after this.
How good is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140-mile-an-hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the V-Box HD2 system.
Said.
One of the ways you overtake here at Sebring is really good in the braking zone, like this one right here.
Both go around. There's the green. We are back and at it. Watch this. Oh, look out, Miller, look
Back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park, Ralph Shaheen and Jet Bowling sitting here with you. Ben Sissel covering all the action down on pit road. So, Jet, when you're sitting here in this false grid area, you haven't rolled out yet. We'll have a standing start with our Ligier Junior Formula Championship cars. What's going through your mind here? What are you focused on?
Yeah, a lot of it's just the start process. I thought it's a very routine thing. You know, you want to keep to the same things you do. For me, you know, it's a lot of the tire warm-up, especially with the higher horsepower cars as we have in the Formula Regional Championship. You can see on the video here they have stickers on their tires from the brand new tires. Pretty much the easiest telltale for the tires that sticker's gone and you're ready to go.
Well, and let's talk about that a little bit because everybody's on hand-cooked tires and you get 2 sets for the weekend.
Yeah.
So how are you managing your tires?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Some tracks obviously easier than others. In Ohio, we're last round. Obviously a bit tougher on tires. This track isn't too bad. But you just got to feel the car. If the car's starting to slide on you, you just need to breathe off the throttle, breathe off the brake, whatever it is, and just let the car relax. If you're really fighting the car, if you're really getting a work out of it, most likely you're draining the tire. So just drive easy, drive smooth, which isn't always easy to do, especially when you're trying to gain positions. But you just got to stay calm and feel the tire out because it is a long game.
Well, and yeah, practice and qualifying, and this weekend 3 races. So somewhere along the way, you're out of tire.
Exactly. Normally that's why we say race 3 is kind of just the Hail Mary of the races. You know, you don't know what everybody else has their tire like. Everybody's probably going to be on the worst tire they've been on all weekend, so you just kind of got to send it, and that's when the driver starts to show.
Well, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Right now you're on the tire that you basically practiced and qualified on.
Right. So race 1 is going to be a really good tire, either brand new or the quality tire, so very low mileage.
Here's a look at our starting lineup. Ben basically introduced you to everybody in it. This championship here, Gaston Arazu, pretty much been the star of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a great championship. Obviously, Gaston's got out to a good lead, but really competitive. I love watching these races. Like I said, they're so good at racing each other. They keep it clean, you know, most of the time for being a junior championship. So I think they do a good job, and the racing's just so much fun to watch. It makes me kind of miss those days, you know.
And they are a younger group of drivers, too, as young as 14.
Yeah.
So they're in a different mindset, some of them, too.
Most of these kids are in a go-kart, probably more than they're in the race car, so it's definitely a big transition to remind yourself, hey, this is a bigger car on a bigger track. We got to race with a bit more respect for each other. Field is lining up, getting ready to go.
take me through the standing start process.
So you have obviously you have the grid box in front of you. You'll have somebody on the radio. You can see all those people waving their arms on the side of the grid wall there, just lining you up, giving you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, stop. You'll stop, hold it in first gear, and then I like to try and get my breath, keep that heart rate down just to get a good reaction for the lights, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is those lights.
Well, here we go. First race of the day, live here on Speed Sport 1, the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Come the revs. A good start by Roman Felber here in the 73, the red and white car. And Chad, he quickly moves to the outside to line up here for turn 1.
Yeah, you really want to keep that momentum, especially these low horsepower cars. Keep that momentum, and that's exactly what I see as a start. Just see car links between you and that guy behind you.
I don't think he could have done that any better than he did.
Definitely not. He's dreaming right now.
And there's a look at Jordan Martin making her first appearance with us out of Stuart, Florida, in that LC Racing Team entry. Oh, smoking him down into the corner. That's the other Felber. That's Cash Felber, I believe. Is that Cash? I believe it is. Let's see if we can get a good look at the numbers. Working their way over to the backside of the racetrack here. This is a deceptively very fast racetrack, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. These corners, from the outside point of view, they look really slow, but inside the car, they're definitely not slow. These cars are probably averaging around just under 100 miles per hour throughout the track, so pretty fast.
And you're just about done with the slow stuff here as you start to make your way onto the front straightaway. So how soon are you getting flat out here as you come onto the front stretch?
Pretty much out of that last winding corner, turn 10, you're flat. So you're flat for these cars for probably a good 20 seconds out.
All the way through turn 12.
Yep, all the way.
And they're going to utilize the draft here. Pass being made coming down here, Such to the inside. And he's going to get around Ava Hansen and move up a spot. That'll move him up to 5th. And there is the 42 of Gaston Arazu, driver out of Uruguay. Points leader. 23 is Javier Das out of Cleveland, Ohio. A Bird Racing entry. Javier right now holding down second place. And out in front of everybody is Felber in the 73 Roman.
Cash Felber behind Harbier. He's quicker that last lap, so expect to see some good racing there from him too.
Yeah, Roman Felber in the silver car, Cash in the black. And they're running 2nd and 4th. Favorite spots to pass here? Where do you have your best shot at setting somebody up?
Turn 1 is easily the best position to go for, especially in these cars where the horsepower is not as high. You're not going to carry as much speed through corners. You could probably get one done around turn 6 as well. Turn 5 also, there's bigger brake zones, but turn 1 and turn 5 really all you're going to get done unless somebody makes a mistake, which is kind of what you got to hope for when you're behind somebody for a long time.
Arazu here. Gaston Arazu in that blue 42. Gets around the 23 of Das. That'll move Gaston up to 2nd. And problems here for the 8 car. That's Martin making her first race here appearance with us. Jordan Martin out of Stuart, Florida. Big issues with her machine. She's one of those drivers straight out of karting making her first appearance in a full-scale race car with us. Felber brothers battling here for 3rd. Razu in that 42. $16 rounds, 9 of the 16 rounds completed already this year. And Arazu Opened the season up with 6 straight podiums, and then added a race win in race 2 at Mid-Ohio. Then he missed the podium in the other 2 events over the weekend in Mid-Ohio, and that cost him what was a significant points lead coming into Mid-Ohio. It closed up on him some, but he's still the guy to beat.
Yeah, you can see he's wasting no time to get up to speed. He's already got the fastest lap of the race by 3/10. He's up into second already, chasing down Roman.
Felber out front. And then Arazu, Toss, and the other Felber, which will be Cash. Where do you see Arazu making up his time?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
One place he seems quickest at?
It's hard to tell from up in this booth, but I'm assuming it's going to be through the high-speed stuff. It's typically where you find it in these low horsepower cars, just carrying momentum. I imagine he maybe has a setup, or maybe he's burning his tires, and maybe Roman's saving tires. So it'll be nice to see how it pans out throughout the race. But high speed's probably where he's going to be saving the most time. Roman in front.
4 and 5 through here. 12 turns making up this 2.25 mile circuit here in New Jersey. It looks pretty flat, but there is some elevation.
There is some elevation, certainly in the first part of the lap. Going through turn 2, there's quite a hill, and then going into turn 4, there's also another hill that you go up, obviously going down before. So there is some elevation, and it's quite fun. Hear the revs go up as you peak that hill. Gotta love that. Just keeps it, gives a bit more character to the track. This track, for me, the biggest character part is the curves. A lot of the curves here are quite high, so in a low car that we have in these Formula cars, you tend to bottom a lot. So you tend to see people make some mistakes on those curves, and you just can't get it back, and you're in the grass.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that's got a lot of rhythm to it, a lot of momentum to it. So if you make a mistake somewhere along the way, it's hard to gain that speed back.
Exactly. At a track like this, where it's so tight, for example, qualifying in my class, I was pole by 200th of a second. So one mistake and you're losing so much time, losing positions. So it's crucial to be perfect at a track like this, where there's no concrete to go track limits. It's just grass. Classic American track, and you gotta love that.
Watching Arazu here. Still holding down second. Chasing the 73 of Roman Felber, just in front of him.
It'll be so crucial for Roman out in front to just not look in his mirrors right now. The gap's just under a second. You just can't look in your mirrors right now.
That is such an easy thing to say and such a hard thing to do, isn't it?
Exactly right. As a driver, it's so easy to look in your mirrors, be worried about the guy behind, and start over-defending when you just have to remind yourself you're in the front and just treat it like a quality session. Just perfect laps and just get to the end of the race.
Leaders working through some of the backside of the racetrack. Looks like getting around Martin here. And Jasir as well. Jasir is out of it, looks like. But Martin is back out on the track, getting her as many laps in as she can. But out of contention. '28 Drew Such. Such right now showing in 4th. Cara, Daniel Cara, in that number 10, holding down 7th. He got his first career podium here at New Jersey 2 years ago, and he's looking for that first win.
Seems like Gaston made a big mistake on that last lap. The gap opened up to just under 2 seconds. And 1 second mistake somewhere, maybe that was from that traffic that he caught, which is unfortunate. Really annoying when that happens as a driver, but that was an unfortunate spot. I don't think that's on Martin at all.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is where do you catch the traffic, right?
Right, yeah. That's a bit where luck comes into the game, and there's so much out of your control besides just the pedals in the wheel.
Before you, McCarron and Day all squabbling back here. The 12 is Fatuda. That's Hansen. Hansen should be in this group, and Fatuda's in this group. This should be 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, that was a good move from Fourier. And he's going to get attacked here with the one. Hold it off. Great move going around the outside of 10 there, and then managing the traffic well from Martin. Really good job. Respectful racing between these two drivers.
Fourier's in the 15, holding down 8th. Right there in the black and yellow. There's the 12. That's Fatuda in 9th. Yes. And it should be McCarron just in front of him in the 46, and it is.
It was a difficult qualifying for Fourier. Obviously, he's my teammate, Kiwi. Yeah, he went off due to some traffic, and he hit the wall, and the team, like he said, was repairing the car for a long time, up until just 5 minutes before he got in the car, actually. He'll be disappointed with that, but he's looking to, we talked about a strategy, he's looking to get some passes done and get a lap time for tomorrow, because that's how, obviously, the grid is set for tomorrow's race.
McCarron here, 46. The white with the blue. Max will be joining us up here in the booth later on this afternoon, possibly, I think, maybe for your race. Here's Felber, your race leader. Tremendous start, and has not been challenged since this one got underway. Arazu in the blue car, the 42, is close to within a second and a half of our race leader. And with 18 and a half minutes to go, plenty of time yet to reel him in.
Yeah, it looks like he's closing about 2/10 a lap, so give it 10 minutes and he should be there. So should be a great finish to the race. I wonder how Roman's saving tires, how Gaston's saving tires, see how it all comes into play.
With that pace that he's running, do you believe for Arazu he should have tire left?
It's hard to tell. I'm not sure what the track's like right now. It's probably not, if I'm going to be honest. But these cars also aren't too harsh on tires just because they're not high downforce. They're not putting a lot of stress on the tire. A lot of it's more just sliding on top of the surface instead of, getting in there and grinding on it. But it's interesting to see. It's been a while since I've driven one of these cars, so we'll see what it's like.
Well, Arazu picked off some more. He's to within a second now of Felber. 17 and a half minutes to go. Roman Felber out front leading this one. Cash Felber had a pretty good weekend in Ohio. Got his first career victory in race 1 there at his home track. Twin brothers, just 15 years of age, Cash and Roman. He had a runner-up in race number 3. It's a great way to get your first 2 podiums.
Exactly. Now that this gap is closing between Arazu and Felber, it'll be good for Arazu to get that slipstream, get that draft. He's going to be much quicker in these next few laps, and the gap's going to close tremendously.
And he is within a second, 0.6 of a second, exactly separating the top 2.
As I was saying, it's important for Roman to stay out of his mirrors. It's equally important for Gaston to not just stare at Roman's car. It's so easy to do that when you're behind a car, following so closely. It's so easy to just stare at that car and do what they do, and you start turning in early when they turn in. You start braking early when they brake. You just need to drive your drive for both the drivers. Drive your drive. It's going to play out how it's going to play out.
And unfortunately for Roman, it's easy to all of a sudden see that car in your rearview mirror and lose focus on what's in front of you, right?
Exactly. It can be so disruptive. And even as a driver behind somebody, sometimes you brake just offline, so you're braking in their mirror. So as they're looking left to right, blazing to the apex, you'll see that car in your mirror, and it'll just get in the back of your mind, and you start worrying, heart rate starts going up, mistakes happen, and that's when you get passed.
Well, the racing continues here, and we're inside of 15.5 minutes to go with the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. You're watching it live here on Speed Sport 1. Stay with us. Racing continuing here. Felber and Arazu battling for the win. The gap now, where's it at? Let's see. Close. Picked up another 10th.
Both these drivers doing very, very consistent lap times. Roman just about a tenth to 2/10 slower a lap, but they're both being very consistent despite Arazu's second mistake a couple laps ago. They're being very consistent, which is, you can see they're pulling a big gap on the rest of the field.
Well, and then as you said, there's not a lot of great passing places here at this racetrack. So catching, and Arazu off again there. That's the kind of thing that's going to hurt him dramatically.
Yeah, that'll be a couple tenths, especially going onto that big straight. Bottoming on a curb like that in these low horsepower cars just kills so much momentum, and that's just so much time lost.
Yeah, you can see how much the gap opened up automatically.
Yeah, big mistake there.
Working through the tighter sections of the racetrack here. Now you're pretty much flat out from here.
Yeah, all the way to turn one. Long straightaway. That makes you wonder, is Arazu really burning into those tires, making mistakes like that? And that's just where consistency comes in. At a young age, these kids are. Consistency is such a key. It helps the team. It helps everybody just develop so much quicker.
Cost him 0.3 of a second, that bottle. That he lost there at the line. And that's going to take him a couple of laps to gain that back, and he's got 13.5 minutes to get it done. And then he's got to have time left to complete the pass. The New Jersey Lottery SpeedTour event here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Round 10 live here with Speed Sport 1 for the Ligier Junior Formula Championship for 2025. Ralph Sheen, Jeff Holing, and Ben Sissel with you. We have been watching this battle at the front with Roman Felber and Kasten Arazu since this one got underway. Felber has led every lap. Arazu has worked his way up to second, caught Felber, then made a big bobble while we were away. And now he's working his way back up here. And let's see what it is now, Jet. He had lost 0.3 of a second to Felber, and he's gained those 3 back.
There you go.
All in one lap.
Yeah, that's a great job. Definitely committed. I'm sure the engineer was on the radio right after that mistake, said, calm down. You've got time. You've got 13 minutes left. That's, plenty of laps to get back to it, get a move done. Watch after the tires. And this is where it comes, you got to start preparing to move a lap before. You got to think, how am I going to set it up? He's going to make a mistake at some point if you keep filling his mirrors. It's how big is the mistake going to be and how do I react to it?
This would be huge for Roman if he can hang on and get the win here today. Brother Cash getting his first win Mid-Ohio, his home track, and Roman looking to grab one here in New Jersey. And we have Martin pulling back into the paddock, so her afternoon, unfortunately, is done. I don't think these guys are going to be catching any traffic anytime soon either, all the way to the finish of this one. So they should have pretty much a clear racetrack to the end.
Yeah, it looks like the closest the gap has been in this whole race, so I'm sure next lap we'll probably see some action.
Oh yeah, he's within 0.4.
Yeah, that slipstream's only getting better and better. He just needs to worry about himself, drive his drive, and Roman's either going to make a mistake or he's going to keep gaining.
Well, when you have a driver like Arazu who's used to being on the podium and getting wins, and a driver like Roman who's trying to get there still, that gives a huge advantage to Arazu in a moment like this where the pressure is really elevated.
Exactly, that's well said. I'm sure Roman's heart rate is probably a bit higher than he'd like it to be, chasing down that first win and holding off somebody like Arazu. But, we got to keep calm. Stay out of your mirrors and stay out of your head.
You saw Parella go by. He's holding down 5th. It's Felber, Arazu, Felber, Such, Kara, Mokaram, Foye, Hansen, Fatuta, and Dosh, your top 10. And coming into the weekend, Gaston Arazu, as we've been mentioning, holding down the points lead. Drew Such has 3 wins this year as well. And he was 17 points behind Gaston Arazu coming into the weekend. So Drew will stay close. He's in 2nd in the points. Kara 3rd in the points. Cash Felber 4th. And then it's Harbier Das who rounds out the top 5 in the point standings, chasing that $100,000 scholarship to move on up. It's actually not a $100,000 scholarship. It's a move up straight into F4.
Right, yeah.
They cover everything, which is probably at least $100 grand.
At least, yeah. Really good opportunity for these drivers to win that championship.
Yeah, you don't get a check. You just get the opportunity, right?
Yeah, right.
As opposed to your situation, if you win Formula Regional Americas, you actually get a $100,000 check to do whatever you want with.
Yep. Take it as you please.
We're hearing very, very unofficially that the officials are going to be checking the start to make sure Felber didn't jump the start on this one. So this might all be for naught, but he's still racing as hard as he can right here to be the first to the checkered flag, whether it sticks or doesn't.
Yeah, still great experience battling out in the lead. Yeah, it's interesting. He did get a really good start, so it's interesting if we could go back and look at that. But, great experience here, and I'm sure this is the closest it's going to be, so let's see if there's a move on.
Arazu right there as they come to the line. You see Felber moving over, trying to break that draft. Went to the inside, and Arazu within a 10th.
Yeah, it's
He
tight.
is right there. 8 minutes to go.
It's funny, I'm sure when Roman's team is telling him 8 minutes to go, he's saying that's the longest 8 minutes of my life, but Arazu's saying I got time.
We have plenty of time here. Don't panic. On that last trip down the front straightaway, Roman moved to the inside and gave Arazu the outside lane, but when you get to turn 1, wouldn't you prefer to be in the outside to arc in better?
Absolutely. The outside's typically always going to be the best line going into a corner, but that was probably just a premature defensive move. You saw that he was in a slipstream. It's hard to see out of these cars. The mirrors aren't, they're not your typical Ford Fiesta or whatever it is, so they're not great mirrors, so you just kind of sometimes got to send it out there and hope, and that was probably a preemptive move, but it did the job.
See this time if he hugs to the outside, takes that line away. Here they come, flat out from here, headed over to the front straightaway through 12, and 12 can be tricky, can't it?
It can. If it gets hot, if it gets greasy, you never know what it's going to do to the car.
Again, he goes inside, and Arazu goes right with him. Now he moves to the outside. Felber tries to get out there. That's not necessarily going to be considered a block because you've got to get outside to get back into 1.
Right, yeah. You just can't move in reaction, so, you can't move twice to block. It's it can be a bit of a gray area, but, with the right drivers who respect each other and, they know what they're doing, it's a good way to manage the system.
1.167 the gap between the two across the line. That time inside of 6.5 minutes now. Taking about 1:30 to complete a lap. So we've got a couple more to go here. Round 10 of the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Every one of these cars running the Ligier chassis and the hand-cooked tires. Here they come back through flat into the throttle now. Looking to hit about 130 plus miles an hour down this long front straightaway. And again, Felber moves over. And Arazu lost a couple of tenths that time.
Yeah, it must have been from that move. Obviously, he tried to make a move into one. Roman blocked him, so you're obviously going to lose some time there. And it could just be he's watching Roman's car. You never know. It's really hard to follow the closer you get, especially as you get into higher downforce cars. Just adds to the things you have to deal with behind the car.
Well, with lap times about a minute, just inside of a minute and a half a lap here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, these JFC cars, and we've got 5 minutes left on the clock. It's starting to change now to pressure starting to shift to Arazu of I've got to get this done, and it's benefiting Felber, and I've held him off this long. I've only got to hold him off 2-3 more laps.
Exactly, yeah. Felber's counting down the laps, and Arazu's feeling the pressure now. He's saying, I got to get it done, I got to get it done.
Which could lead to a mistake by Gaston.
Exactly. That may be why the gap's opened up a bit. You know, he's starting to do some more costly maneuvers, and they're not working out in his favor, but, you know, the gap looks closer than ever coming out of the turn 10 this time.
And there is a little bit of traffic in front of our leaders, but I don't know if they're going to catch them before this is done. There you saw the cars going across start-finish line as our leaders came out onto the front stretch, and the gap now 0.324, so Arazu did not make up as much time that lap.
This could be, you know, Roman saved his tires as well. There's so many different answers to this, so.
And what a shame if it's all for naught.
Right.
For Roman.
Right.
When you're sitting there and you're waiting on the smoke out of Felber's car. Did he cook it into the brake?
Yeah, it looked like just locked it up. You could see he was fighting to get the car back more right every single time, more than Arazu.
Oh, man. He just gave it away.
And sometimes that's all it takes. I wouldn't be surprised if Roman maybe peeked in the mirror coming out of 5.
Missed his braking point.
Yeah, exactly. Missed the braking point. Maybe had the wheel turned a bit while he braked. Can't do that in these non-ABS cars. So, you know, that's where things like that come into play. And Arazu was gifted the win here. Not that it's over.
No, it's not. But 3 minutes to go, probably 2 laps. And then Roman will find out the rest of his fate after that. And he's 7/10 behind Felber or Arazu. Felber behind Arazu. Going with the standing start, getting back to Roman Felber there at the start as to whether or not he jumped it or didn't. What are you thinking as you're waiting for the lights? What was he maybe doing wrong? Was he just a little too quick in his thought process?
Yeah, just a preemptive, get that clutch out. And these cars, you can really just dump the clutch, just let it all go. You don't have to slip it or anything like that. So maybe just got a bit excited. You know, he had a good starting position and just
So not
let
much
it
of
go.
a chance it was more mechanical than mental.
That'd be pretty rare, pretty rare. It can happen, absolutely, but most of the time it's going to be a mental and then physical mistake. Looks like Cash Felber, for some reason, is falling way down in the order.
This is Day here in the 9, and that's Griffith just in front. White flag is out, 1 to go. Day and Griffith fighting for the final spot in the top 10 as our leaders head off into turn number 1. Now to turn 2. And Arazu's probably thinking, boy, that was lucky.
Yeah.
Because he was feeling the pressure there and didn't have to worry about it in the long run.
That's something. Arazu's going to be happy because he has the pole for tomorrow with the fastest lap. But Roman's right behind him in P2 for tomorrow's grid.
Arazu came into it as the points leader, and Gaston will extend that here Second place man Drew Such sitting back in third, but Such has minimized the damage here today, and if Felber is found to have jumped to start, off course here. Is that Griffith?
Looks like the crossing car of Griffith, yeah.
Griffith, who is battling with Day. That'll move Day up. Such could move up to second here if it turns out that Felber did pull the trigger a little too quick on the start. Here comes Gaston Arazu, final time through turn 12. Heading to the checkered flag here to take the win in race number 10 of the Ligier Junior Formula Championship here at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
Yeah,
Arazu gets his 7th straight podium and another win for the year. That should be win number 4 for him. What a season he's building.
Yeah, great drive, great drive. You know, it's easy to, you know, when you make 2 big mistakes like we saw, cost him a second one lap and a second the air lap, but he fought back, drove his drive, filled the mirrors, waited for the mistake, capitalized on the mistake. Classic drive, just a consistent drive all around.
And unofficially, Roman Felber in that 73 will finish second. Again, that's unofficial. 0.8 of a second behind Arazu. And then Drew Such, Max McCarron, and Daniel Carra will round out the top 5. But this will have a huge impact on the points depending on how things go with the stewards of the race after here. The officials, if they decide Felber jumped it, everybody moves up. It could be a huge break for Drew Such to really keep the pressure on Gaston in the championship.
Yeah, just have to see how big of a penalty it is. If it's 10 seconds, then Drew will stay in third, and Roman will retain second. But
yeah,
anything bigger than that, Roman's going to get third. But still a podium, still a great result for Roman.
And a great fight.
Exactly. Yeah, well-driven race.
Yeah, just one mistake. It's crazy. We saw Arazu make 3, maybe 4 mistakes, but they weren't big ones, right?
Right.
And they weren't at a time when he had somebody right on his heels. Poor Roman makes 1 mistake, and it was just big enough and at the wrong time with Arazu right on his tail, and that's all Gaston needed, and he pounced.
Yeah, like you said, Arazu's used to being up front, used to fighting for those top of the podium positions, and, you know, maybe Roman's not. 1 mistake like that just ruins everything. Unfortunate, but great race.
Well, you mentioned at the top, this is a highly competitive series, and they showed it again. Great fight up front for the win. There is Gaston Arazu pulling into Parc Fermé. Roman doing the same. And Drew Such on third finisher. They'll climb out of their cars and make their way over to the victory podium area. Gaston Arazu out of Uruguay in that Champagne Racing entry. Ilia Group, Bailey, Canal 4, and Cap sponsoring the car. And let's head down now to Ben Sissel, who's going to have all the podium finishers with him.
Here from the Champagne Racing team. Gaston, if you'll put on the hat, what a performance. You were following the 73 of Roman that whole race, and just about 3-4 minutes left. You were able to get around. How was it for you out there?
Well, it was a difficult race. I started bad, and later was really difficult to pass Roman, but luckily I can win, so I can get really good points for the championship.
Nice, yeah, very good points for the championship. I do need to say that the stewards have told me these are provisional results, so they might have seen something out there on the track, but if you will say something, our comments have been lighting up, so say something to your fans in Español, please.
Bueno, tuvimos una muy buena carrera. Comencé mal otra vez, se me complicó un poquito. Después fue medio complicado de pasar a Roman, pero afortunadamente él se equivocó en una curva y pude pasar.
Nice. Well, there you go. Gaston Arazu, currently our points leader. Another P1 for him for the finish all the way from Uruguay. I'm going to send it back to you, Ralph, so John Phippen can start with the festivities down here.
All right, Ben, thank you. Congratulations again, Gaston. He takes the win, his fourth of 2025. He'll extend his points lead in the chase for the opportunity to win this championship and move up to F4 in 2026. We will see the 2025 edition of the F4 Championship here momentarily. They will be next up on the racetrack here as our live coverage from New Jersey Motorsports Park continues here on SpeedTour 1. We have a great afternoon of open wheel competition from the New Jersey Lottery SpeedTour stop here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. And as soon as we get an update on Roman Felber, whether or not he jumped the start, we will pass that along to you. But for now, we're going to take a quick break, come right back to the Garden State.
Rev up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
And we're back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park. Race 1 of 3 done for our coverage here today. F4 will be up next, and then we'll close out the afternoon with Formula Regional Americas as we get that series underway here as well. Alex Popoff will be competing in our F4 event coming up here shortly. We had an opportunity to sit down with Alex and meet the driver.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Alex Popoff, one of our fastest drivers in the F4 U.S. Championship, currently in third place. And Alex, to be honest, halfway through the season, I thought you'd be a little bit higher there. How are you feeling about this season?
No, I'm feeling good. We've had a really good pace the whole season. We've just gotten really unlucky with a lot of mechanical issues and, just some issues not finishing races, and we've missed out on a bunch of points on things that just were out of our control. And that's racing sometimes, can't win them all, but we always try to.
And then, but you're still in the championship hunt. Anything can happen, especially in F4, the competition that we have. We're going to some crazy tracks, Barber, CTMP, and it's going to be a great championship. But what are your goals coming out of New Jersey and then going into Canadian Tire?
I mean, our goal here, we have 3 races. It's a really good opportunity to catch up on a lot of points and, try and close that gap, maybe even take over the lead. Who knows? But yeah, just always work hard to win. That's always our goal. We always want to win in everything.
And you're always training, I know that, but you're running a series in Mexico too, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I did a race over there with Alessandros Racing. A huge thank you to them for inviting me out, and it was a really great time. I hope to be back soon.
Nice. And we were talking about this. You know, most people think that race car drivers, that's very dangerous to be a race car driver, but you do other things as a hobby as well. Tell us about your free diving.
Yeah, we're pretty much, me and my dad, we're big adrenaline junkies, so we like doing anything that gets our blood pumping. Yeah, I do a lot of free diving. I go down around 100, 115 feet just on a single breath hold, so it's pretty cool. I mean, this definitely does not compare to how dangerous that is.
That's crazy. Well, we've heard here from Alex Popoff, beautiful F4 car, currently third in the championship, but after this weekend he hopes to be back at the top step. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. And there you see the cars lining up for our F4 event, which is coming up next. And they are ready to go down there, so we are ready to send it back down to Ben for another grid walk. Take it away, Ben.
Well, thank you very much. Now we're on the grid for the F4 United States Championship, and Alex Popoff actually just went nuts there in the qualifying here in first. Alex, how are you feeling about qualifying P1?
It's always good to be on pole. I'm excited to get out on track and hopefully bring back P1 in race 1 as well.
Nice. Looking to bring back P1 in race 1 as well. We see this, I got to point this out, the majestic RV here on the car, running with MLT Motorsports, doing very, very well as Alex Popoff, very fast. Last year at COTA, he won the first races he was in. He won the first 2 of the 3 races at Circuit of the Americas, and then just doing very well. I'm hearing from race control that we're 5 minutes on the grid, but I see that we're missing 2 to 3 cars here. So we go back here to Powers. Yeah, I can't even talk to him. It's too loud. But Luke Powers running with Tony Driver Development. Then we're going to come back here. Our points leader, Cooper Shipman, starting pretty far back. So, Cooper Shipman, this is a little bit further back than I was expecting you. How are you going to make up the places when the green flag drops?
Yeah, we had an unfortunate grid penalty in qualifying, set us back a couple spots, but we know we have the speed, so just going to stay calm, stay patient, and eventually we'll find ourselves at the front.
Nice. So have you heard anything about it? He said he's going to be patient, let the race come to him, which is always very, very good advice. And then Caleb Campbell running here with the Canadian flag, but I was giving him a hard time. The kid's help phone, but the phone number's not on there. And he says, oh, no, but it is. It's a technicality. The phone number for the kid's help phone in Canada is 68. There's the number there, 6868. That's the phone in Canada for the kids' help phone. So I love that. So Caleb Campbell with Patrick Woods-Toth doing really well. There goes Dimitri Nolan up to his spot. Going pretty fast here through the grid. Clemente Huerta, very fast driver, just like Cooper Shipman. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I was expecting you to qualify a little bit further up front. So how are you feeling?
Nah, they penalized me, so let's get that P1.
Oh, he means business. Watch out for Clemente Huerta there in the number 17, because he means business. I asked him that question. He looked at me angrily. He wants to move up front, so really watch out for this car, the number 17. I saw fire in his eyes. Now let's try to come up here and talk to Dimitri Nolan. You can hear the cars cackling down here, sounding really good with these Ligier Storm engines. But you see here Dimitri Nolan coming in late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes the last car. If we can get a shot. Kekai Hawanio coming to grid. Not technically late. Sorry, I stepped in the shot there. But we'll not talk to you because it's too loud. But the Anywhere Transport and Kekai currently second in points, coming late to grid. So this is quite a dramatic grid here. It's getting a little bit loud, Ralph. I'm going to send it to you in the booth, but a lot of things have happened here just in the last 2 minutes.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. As we get ready to the start of this F4 race, let's introduce you to the man who just crawled out of the cockpit of his Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Max Mokaram is here with us. Max, nice run.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the racetrack. You obviously had a good look at it for a half an hour.
Yeah, so track's pretty hot. So first part of the race, you'll have a bit of understeer, but then you'll move further towards into oversteer. But track stayed at a consistent temperature, giving me consistent times. So.
How about tire wear? Were you able to keep the tires where you wanted them, or is the track eating them up a little bit today?
No, the track's pretty. It's actually not destroying the tires that much. It's actually keeping them pretty consistent. And yeah, so I managed to last the whole race with them, but in the last 5 laps, they were starting to get a bit slippery.
And again, our F4 cars will also run on the hand-cooked tires. And we will take an opportunity here before they get ready to roll off to take care of some business on our end, so we can show you as much green flag racing as possible when we come back to New Jersey Motorsports Park on SpeedTour 1.
In racing, every second counts. Communication isn't just important, it's everything. Established in 1996 in Daytona Beach, Florida, Speedcom Communications was born from a passion for racing and a vision to revolutionize motorsports communication. Trusted by competitors across the world.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
Is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140 mile an hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the VBox HD2 system.
Back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park, the field is now rolling. Our F4 United States Championship entries making their way around behind the C8 Corvette pace car. And then we'll get this one underway. Max, this is the next step from where you are up the ladder system of open wheel racing here with our championships. Tell me a little bit about this car compared to the one that you drive in the Ligier Junior Formula Championship.
Yeah, so I did a couple of tests in this car with MLT. First thing I noticed is that handling is way different. You get a lot more grip in the front, and it just handles better overall. You can go flat in corners where you can't in the JSF4 car, and yeah, overall it's just a newer, more modern car. Has a better steering wheel, and the sleek design really makes it good for racing teams.
There was an early report of some smoke coming out of the 5 of Dimitri Nolan, but that seems to have gone away. This will be a rolling start. Keeping an eye on the flag stand, which will be off to the driver's right as they approach the line. Pace car is off. Watching, waiting. Green flag, and we're racing here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, the F4 United States Championship. Alex Popoff in that red, white, and blue. First car to turn number 1. You get a lot of pressure up the inside. And we've already got a change for lead. Papa's going to lose 2 spots. Maybe 3 or 4. Oh, and he cuts off to the grass. Things got awful tight down there for Alex, and he had to bail.
Unfortunate start for Alex.
Boy, it looks spectacular as they crossed the start-finish line to take the green, and then it all went out the window for them by the time they got to the second corner, didn't it?
Yeah, really lucky for K-Kai, though, and especially Caleb. Now he's into the 3rd spot, so top 3, and hopefully we can keep that.
K-Kai Hawanio into the lead here. And he has had a very solid season.
Right now, it looks like all the gaps are pretty evenly spaced. So let's see if someone gets some slipstream onto the insert.
Nolan, who had shown smoke as this race was getting ready to get underway, sits solidly in 2nd behind Hawanio in that 29. And then a good battle for 3rd raging on behind them. And that's going to be Campbell and Shipman. Oh, and Dimitri Nolan, he's off course. And that's going to move Campbell and Shipman up a spot. Powers, and and Dimitri's all the way into the tires. That's probably going to bring out a full course caution.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for him. I know.
Red flag, red flag. Oh, what a shame. I wonder if whatever the smoke was from Nolan's car led to some fluids coming out of the back onto those tires, and that's what sent him off.
Or I wonder if his brakes started overheating and a little bit of smoke started to build up, and they got too hot and they just gave out.
Could be that as well, yeah. And that section of racetrack where he went off, it's not very deep before you get into the tires.
Yeah, you don't have much of a chance to slow down, especially after going that speed. It's pretty tricky to slow down.
As you can see from our drone high above New Jersey Motorsports Park here, there's not a lot around here, but once you get off track, you're pretty much going to get into the tires fairly quickly.
Yeah, not much. Especially the grass, especially, is it still has a lot of, it has some moisture still from
earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they pulled the red flag in and went to a full course caution. Put the pace car back out. We'd seen the red flag out in a couple of corners, as well as the start-finish line here. While they take care of Dimitri Nolan's race car and get set to get back to racing, we'll take care of some more business on our end. Stay with us. We'll be right back. New Jersey Motorsports Park. F4 America's Championship when we return.
Rev up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Well, we are under a full course caution here at New Jersey Motorsports Park due to an incident right there on the left side of the screen involving Dimitri Nolan's car, which you can see they've got on the back of the tow truck, and they will be bringing it back to pit lane. So while they do that, let's check in with Ben Sissel for a report from pit lane.
Well, guys, I'm down here at the MLT Motorsport, Dr. Mike Thompson, and these guys will not give me any information. What's the deal? I'm trying to find out. Alex Popoff started in first. Now he's fallen back to sixth, and that happened between turn 1 and 3. Do you have any idea what happened?
No clue. He hasn't said a word to us, but he's going to keep his head down, and hopefully we can get it back.
Nice. Yeah, and he's a very fast driver. We've seen him do really well. Let's talk to Eric. Maybe he can give us some kind of insight. Because I will tell you, you've trained these guys well. They refuse to talk to me. So do you know what happened to Alex there? Started first, and then I don't know if he put 2 off, or what happened?
Still trying to figure that out. We think that he might have hit some oil from one of the other cars, so we're still trying to figure that out. That's what he said on the radio, so we'll see.
But his car is strong. He's a very fast driver. He can move back through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Got the utmost confidence in him. This yellow was a good blessing for us, but it's a lot of racing to go, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Nice. There we go. Somebody gave us some real information there with MLT. Now we're going to try to come down here and talk to Dimitri Nolan's team, I believe. Let's see here. Any word from Cross? Any word about Dimitri Nolan from you guys? No?
Not too familiar yet.
Okay, yeah, so no word here. I don't know what it is with this F4 teams, but they're not giving us any information. But they're going green this time by, so Ralph, back to you in the booth.
And they all think you're the National Enquirer or something. Well, Max and I were sitting up here talking about it, thinking that maybe we heard the report that they think he ran through some oil, meaning Alex Popoff. Maybe what Dimitri Nolan was dripping, if he was dripping something, came out during the pace lap, and Popoff first one into it on the race opening lap. And that's what helped send him off.
Yeah, well, that was really unlucky, but let's hope on the restart he gets a good one.
Green flag is out, and we're racing once again here in New Jersey.
Alex is about to make a move in the back.
Pink guy, Halanio, trying to hold off Shipman. That's Cooper Shipman in the yellow and black, and Shipman goes wide. And you can see how quickly you don't just lose one spot. He lost 3 or 4.
Caleb holding it up pretty well in the second spot.
That'd be Caleb Campbell now, who moves up to second. Huerta will go to third. And Alex Popoff making his way back up. There you see him sitting in fourth. This is round 9 for the F4 U.S. Championship.
Bit of a lockup from Alex Popoff.
Popoff trying to find that rhythm now. Make up for that disastrous opening lap. They cross the line. Halanio out in front of Campbell by a second. Then Huerta, and here comes the battle up the inside. Huerta making the move, going into one, and he'll get around Campbell for second. And look how close Popoff is now, back and forth.
Yeah, now he's back in the fight. Let's see if he can make a few spots up here. See if anyone makes a few mistakes.
Popoff had an opportunity to run Formula 4 Championship at Alessandro's Racing And that kept him out of the most recent round of F4 US. He's back on track here with us this weekend, and he'll be back in the NACAM F4 Championship in a couple of weeks at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
Okay, guys, just pulling a bigger gap, and because everyone else is behind him is just bumping up and fighting.
Howenio has the most wins in 2025 with 3. Finished third in race 1 in Mid-Ohio. Missed the podium for the second time this year in race 2. And out front, a good gap here, 1.3 seconds over Huerta, who's running in second in the 17. Mente Huerta out of Santiago, Chile in the Kiwi Motorsports entry. Popoff looking inside on Campbell here. Can't get it done, but he's pulling up closer. He's going to be outside, has to tuck back in. Cooper Shipman in the 14 out of Austin, Texas in that Kiwi Motorsports entry.
Alex Popov guys.
Yeah, he's got the inside line there, makes it work. And now Shipman will try to figure out a way back. And he might do it at the next corner. Nope, not close enough.
That's a really tight corner, and it's a hard place on track to pass.
Popov starting to pull away pretty quickly. Shipman had a great weekend at Mid-Ohio, sweeping the weekend there. Here we come back to the line with 17 and a half minutes inside of that left to go here. Kekai still out in front by 1.4 seconds now. Popov up here into fourth, in front of Shipman.
Ooh,
oh no! And he's off and hard into the tires.
Hard hit. That's a very hard hit.
Yes, and that'll be an automatic full course caution. And again, the red comes out right away here at the start-finish line. And then full course yellow out now.
I hope he's okay. That was a really big hit.
Yeah, that was a real big hit. Again, as we said, you're traveling about 140, 150 maybe down there at the far end of the racetrack.
So he started skateboarding on the exit curve of turn 1, and that's what made him lose the steering. So I think he'd probably be going around 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, high speed section of the racetrack. And he just slid right off into the tires. Been tricky out there today.
Yeah, it is. Track conditions are always changing, so that makes it that makes it tricky for the drivers.
But you guys didn't have that many issues there were some wheels dipped here or there, but today it seems like we're seeing more cars in this category skating all the way off the track.
Yeah, it's I always think the track is changing, and it's always either going to get worse or it's going to get better. In this case, I think it's getting worse, especially with grip levels, getting a lot of understeer. It looks like for them that I think that's why Alex got pushed onto that curb, and he had nowhere else to go but into the barrier.
What a shame for Alex. He had fought his way back up there into a fight for a spot at least on the podium. And now the driver out of Miami, Florida in the MLT Motorsports entry finds himself in the tires. Howenio will continue to lead this. Puerta there in second. Campbell's in third. Shipman in fourth. And then it's going to be Powers behind that. Popoff and Nolan out. Well, a big hit for Alex Popoff. The rest of the field will try to settle themselves down and get ready to go back to green. We will have the green flag action for you when we return live here on Speed Sport 1.
Yes! Hon, the WeatherTech's here.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser measured floor liners, no drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone.
What about my car?
WeatherTech.
Hawk Performance packs 100 years of friction dynamics into every product. Backed by Carlisle Brake and Friction, the world's premier innovator of industrial brake and friction components, Hawk leverages R&D tools and motorsports experience to deliver uncompromising performance on the street. There's no reason to settle for less. Choose pads that are race-proven and street-legal. Find the Hawk Performance brake dealer near you at hawkperformance.com.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park, Ralph Shaheen, Max McCarron with you, and Ben Sissel covering the action here with our F4 United States Championship. Ben, any word down there on pit lane?
All right, I'm down here with Aiden with Crosslink Motorsport, and I just have a question. Crosslink Motorsports, sorry. I have a question because your driver, Kekai, who's now in the lead, came to grid in a hurry and probably a little bit late. Not late for grid, but right on the edge. What happened there?
We were replacing the engine in Dimitri's car. It took a little bit longer than we expected, and then going to grid, we figured out that the battery in Kei's car and the radio was dead. So just a quick change on the radio, but we had a couple other things that were on our plate that were pressing matters, and we were able to get both cars out in time to make it for the race.
Nice. It's been a crazy F4 race so far, Aiden. What's your driver saying on the radio? Does he seem pretty calm?
He seems very, very calm out there, just trying to get all the laps and stay consistent. And someone's right on his tail there, so just have to stay defensive and stay in the lead.
Nice. Well, there's some good information there from Aiden with Crosslink Motorsports, currently leading this race. I'm going to come down here and try to talk to Kiwi about Clemente Huerta, who was on fire at the grid, now currently second. But, Ralph, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, Ben, thank you. At least you finally found somebody willing to talk to you a little bit there. That's great. Boy, look at the damage to Alex Popoff's car.
That's really heavy, especially you can see the rear wing. It's very loose. It looks very damaged.
Tough break for Alex Popoff. So he said had a great start, then it all went away by the time he got to turn 3. Then he fought his way back up, and it looked like he was going to be maybe fighting for a podium, and instead, the car's coming in on the hook.
Yeah, I hope he can get that fixed for tomorrow.
Popoff, who had a tough weekend at Road America with a pair of second-place finishes at Mid-Ohio to pull within 19 points of the championship lead. We'll see a big hit in those points after today. Awanio is second in the championship, but not by much, just 6.5 points between him and Cooper Shipman. And Shipman is a few cars behind Keikai right now. So that's a huge advantage for Keikai if he can hang on and get the win. Shipman sits back in 4th. He's in car 14.
It looks like the car behind Keikai looks like he has a loose rear wing or something. A piece is falling off.
On the front wing?
On the rear wing.
Rear wing.
Sorry.
All right, let's get back to Ben. He's got more for us.
See the green. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm down here with Gary with Kiwi Motorsport. He's got 2 cars still in there. Cooper Shipman, our points leader. But I want to talk to you about Clemente. I spoke to him at the grid. He had fire in his eyes. He looked angry. He took the mic out of my hands and said, I'm going to take off. And now here he is in second place. What's going on with him?
Oh, he's a Hollywood movie star. That's why he took the mic. Look, I think he knows he can do it. He's had things not quite go his way, but you know, I think let's just see how it all plays out. You know, he's hungry and he wants to do as well as he can.
Yeah, and I know in such a driver development series, sometimes you like the fire in the eyes and sometimes you want to kind of quench the fire in the eyes. So how are you feeling about him right now?
I'd like to just quench the fire a little bit. But he'll be all right. He knows what he's up to. He's just trying hard.
Nice. How about that? Finally got an honest answer here in the F4 United States Championship. Gary with Kiwi Motorsport, thank you very much. Ralph, back to you.
That's some good journalism there, Ben. Just keep digging. Eventually you'll get the story. Let's take a look at that rear wing on that second place car that you were talking about. Max, you can see it is definitely askew.
Yeah, it looks like the top part of the wing, one of the screws might have fallen off on the right side.
Yeah, so it has slipped down a little bit there.
Yeah, that's really going to affect him, especially in the high-speed corners.
What's he going to feel?
He's going to feel like the rear is really loose, and it feels like it's about to come out on him, or he's going to spin. It's going to feel a lot like that.
And it's going to be the right rear. He's going to feel more of that.
Yeah,
because it's the right side that's down.
Yeah, so he's going to feel it more in right-handers. So yeah, it's going to be really uncomfortable, or it's actually going to, yeah. So it's going to be a tough time for him.
Yeah, you can see how far down it is. And some of those right-handers here are some of the more challenging corners as the green flag comes out. One of those will be here at turn 1, one of the fastest sections on the racetrack, and he's going to have less grip than he might be expecting there. Let's see what happens here. Duck it inside. Can he make it stick even with the wing being bad?
He made it stick, yep.
He did, but you can see he was kind of tiptoeing through there too, and the car dancing around on it. Now he's off track.
He's off, yep.
He fought it as hard as he could, but goes all the way back. And look at how far back Hauaneo has dropped as Campbell and Shipman both go by. And that has a big impact on the points because Shipman is in front of Hauaneo in the championship fight.
Yep. And now Caleb Campbell is in the front. He's the new leader, so let's see if he can pull away or he's going to have a little competition here.
Yeah, and we have less than 6.5 minutes to go here, too, so the amount of time to make something happen is quickly going away.
Yeah, so Caleb Campbell really needs to put his head down and drive as hard as he can. So, yeah, so he needs to use every bit of time that he can to make a bit of a gap.
And for Shipman, if he could put another car between him and Kekai, that would be huge in the championship. Again, remember, these drivers in our F4 US Championship fighting for an automatic ride in the Formula Regionals America Championship in 2026. And Shipman pulling up alongside Campbell as they come across the line. Smoking off the right rear is Campbell. Boy, Shipman was right there to capitalize, but Campbell was able to reel it back in, wasn't he?
Yeah, looks like Cooper Shipman is really putting the pressure on Caleb, and Kekai is doing Hauaneo. He's doing the most he can to catch up.
Could see another big shakeup in this one before we get to the finish. It has been really interesting to see how you don't just lose one spot here in this one today. Everybody's lost 3, 4, maybe more.
Yeah, especially if two people are in a train. If one person is passing you and they're in the draft, then 2 people are passing you, and there's nothing you can do to stop it except slide in right behind.
Watching the top 3 there, and then it's Powers and Huerta behind that, with Popoff and Nolan out of the race.
Looks like Clemente Huerta, he's really struggling, especially with that wing, and yeah, so it looks like he's falling behind a little bit.
Battling again across the line, side by side, Campbell and Shipman. Shipman with a bit of an edge, but he's on the outside going to one. Gets it done. Campbell gets up on the curbing, but hangs on, and Shipman did exactly what he wanted. Puts a car between him and Keikai Hawanio, and that'll help him dramatically in the points.
Yeah, it looks like Shipman, Campbell, and Hawanio are really starting to pack up, but let's see if any of the order changes.
Keikai Hawanio in that bright orange machine from Crosslink Motorsports entry, driver out of Tampa, Florida, and the Anywhere Transport back, number 29. And he's closing up on Campbell, and he would love to get around him to minimize the damage in the points if he can't catch Shipman before the end, because we're inside of 3.5 minutes. Smoking him up a little bit going into the corner. There is Keikai, and he rebounds rather quickly. He was really strong here a year ago, racing in the Ligier Junior Formula Championship, your series, Max. He topped both practice sessions, started from the pole, led all kinds of laps in the weekend's 3 races, but it just didn't finish out exactly the way he wants. He's looking for his first win here in New Jersey this weekend.
Yeah.
Here he comes diving inside.
Looks like Hawanio is doing everything he can to get past Campbell, so the gap between Campbell and Shipman doesn't grow even further.
Yeah, he needs to get around Campbell quick if he wants a shot at Shipman, because we are inside of 3 minutes now. You think we'll see the white flag this time by?
I'm not sure. It depends. Depends on how much time we have left and how hard the drivers are racing. But looks like Campbell might be starting to close the gap and building a little gap between Hawanio. So let's see if he has the pace to catch back up.
Keikai is closing that window again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Inching up to the backside of Campbell. See if he can get a great run out of the last couple of corners through 12 onto that front stretch. Maybe he'll be able to do something going to 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's just setting himself up for the draft and a pass on the main straight. See what he can do.
Here they go, headed towards 12 under the bridge. Out onto the front stretch. Cooper Shipman out front. Campbell in front by 1.5 seconds as they head to turn 1. Got 1.5 minutes left to go, so definitely white flag next time by.
Yeah. So I don't know if Hawanio will be able to get past Caleb, but if he does, I don't know if he'll be able to close the gap between Cooper Shipman.
Oh, Shipman out front, Campbell locking it up. And Campbell's going to lose a bunch of ground, about a car length or more, to Keikai Hawanio. That's right when Keikai needed to pounce and he wasn't able to do it.
Yeah.
That's what we saw in your race. Felber locked it up in the same spot.
Yeah.
And that allowed Gaston to get by him.
Yeah, if you lock up on this track, it's really easy to lose a lot of spots because the track is always curving. So.
White flag is out. 1 to go. Checkered flag waves. Checkered flag waves. Shipman's going to get the win. Campbell hangs on for second, and the 51 of Powers loses the left rear. At least the left rear. Maybe the right rear as well. It looks like the thing is buried down there, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's really unfortunate for him.
That's why we got the checkers instead of the white flag.
Yeah.
And so Hawanio will end up finishing 3rd. Shipman will expand the points lead here, but not as much as he probably would have liked, as Keikai will put himself up on the podium here today in New Jersey Motorsports Park. And they'll be back to race twice more tomorrow in the morning and then again in the afternoon. And that was at turn 4? Yeah, there's one wheel right there.
Yeah, it looks like, that looks like it was turn 5.
5, yeah. You see one tire sitting off just there past it. Not sure if he lost both and where the second one went.
that was a really good and tight race between drivers.
And not sure how he would have lost both tires or even one tire like that without maybe some contact.
Yeah. I wonder if he just maybe hit the curb too much or his wheel was loose from the beginning, and yeah, the curb just that was it for the wheel, and that made him lose it.
Well, one slightly used Hankook tire available if you're in the turn 5 area, right?
Yeah.
Cooper Shipman with the win by 1.6 seconds over Caleb Campbell. 3/10 further back, Kekai Hawanio there. Clemente Huerta, Luke Powers, and then Popoff and Nolan didn't make it to the checkers as this one comes to an end. Well, that was weird. The checker came out, and then they brought him all the way back around again under full course caution and took the checkers again.
Yeah, I
Not
wonder
really
why.
sure how that worked out that way, but
yeah,
it's over.
I would think they would throw the checkered so they would have time to remove the car out of the way.
Yeah.
But I would assume that they also threw the checkered so that the car wouldn't get hit because it is on the racing line.
Yeah. Well, Max, before we have to let you go, tell us a little bit about what you've got cooking as you finish up 2025 and start thinking about 26.
Yeah, so I'm going to be finishing out the JFC season this year, and I might be doing testing in different Formula cars. So that will be interesting, and I am going to be planning some maybe a few races in the future, but I'm excited to see what 2026 holds for me.
And you're 15?
I'm turning 14 tomorrow.
14 tomorrow. How are you celebrating, with a win?
I hope so. Yeah, that would be an amazing celebration.
So school year about to get underway any day now, right?
Yeah, very soon, in about a month.
And this will be your first year of high school?
Yes.
Oh boy, get ready. Going to be a lot of fun. Are you the only race car driver at your school? Well, the drone showing us the cars making their way to the pit lane. And Ben will be there to catch an interview with our race winner. Cooper Shipman, Caleb Campbell, and Kekai Hawanio, along with the 17 of Huerta, all making their way to Parc Fermé. There they come in, pulling into their slots. 3, 2, 1. Little victory rev there.
Yeah, definitely the loudest cars here at New Jersey.
That they are. And here comes Cooper crawling out of the car.
A little bit of a celebration pose.
Yeah, getting used to it. Mo Murray from Ligier right there. Of course, all these F4 cars run the Ligier chassis. And Cooper's pulling the helmet and the balaclava off, so let's go down to Ben Sissel.
Well, Cooper, as he gets hugs from Tina, Gary, with Kiwi Motorsport, Cooper Shipman, that is how you come back from a grid penalty. Way to go. Unbelievable. When I spoke to you at grid, you were kind of eye of the tiger. You went out there. Crazy race. How does it feel?
Yeah, no, we knew we had the speed to win from the beginning, so I made a little mistake at the restart there, which set us back, but I was able to recover there at the end. So, yeah, great. Thanks to all the Kiwi Motorsports team for giving me a great car that allowed us to come through from the back. And, yeah, no, super excited and super proud.
Nice job. Well, Cooper Shipman, our points leader coming into this race and our points leader leaving this race. First race here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. I'm going to give it back to you, Ralph, so John Phippen could start the festivities out here at Winner's Circle.
All right, Ben, thanks. Cooper told you at the beginning of the day he was going to get it done, and he delivered. And that's tough to make a statement like that and then back it up.
Yeah. So, good podium celebration for all the F4 US drivers, and good luck for them tomorrow.
All right, Max. Well, happy birthday to you, and best of luck tomorrow in your two big races. We'll be watching. We'll have those races live as well. And for now, we are going to step away from here, but we're going to have the Formula Regional Americas Championship coming up next here live on Speed Sport 1, New Jersey Motorsports Park. So don't miss that one.
How good is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140-mile-an-hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the V-Box HT2 system.
Said.
One of the ways you overtake here at Sebring is really good in the braking zone, like this one right here.
Both go around. There's the green. We are back and at it. Watch this. Oh, look out, Miller, look
Back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park, getting ready for the Formula Regional Americas. Bruno Ribeiro at the top of the point standings there, getting his first win of the season at Mid-Ohio. In fact, he took the checkers twice there out of the 3 races. Bruno looking to grab that $100,000 cash prize. Ben Sissel had a chance to catch up with Bruno earlier in the weekend.
Well, thank you. I'm down here with the Formula Regional Americas United States Championship current points leader, Bruno Ribeiro. And Bruno, no added pressure, but after the first practice session at NOLA, the start of the season, I told Ashley Ongst, our PR person, that that's my pick to win the championship. Here you are, a little bit more than midway through the season, first place. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I know it's a close championship. Everybody's running really close. But yeah, I'm super confident. I'm glad you picked me. But yeah, I'm very happy with the work the team's been doing and that I've been doing as well. So yeah, let's keep it like that.
And I know Kiwi Motorsport, they have a long history here at New Jersey Motorsport Park. And are you able to look and review videos from years past? When you come to a track like this that's so technical that you've never been to, are you able to look at years past and some data?
Yes, I try to look at the years previous. Kiwi makes us do that. They give us all the data from previous years, and we can take a look at that, and it really helps us, especially me, since I'm one of the only rookies here this year, so it really has been helping me, and yeah, we're improving.
Yeah, you haven't done the normal ladder, you know, to kind of start in JFC, to go to F4, to go to FR. I've only known you in FR, so what was your path in Brazil to get you to FR?
Brazil, I did a year of karting and some 1,600 races, but that's about it. My main focus was to race in the U.S. That was always the goal since I started my career. So yeah, that's what I've done in Brazil.
Is there a track on the calendar that you're super excited for, or that you were super excited to go to?
Yeah. The track I'm most excited to go to is Barber. I've been there before in an F4, and the track is really beautiful. I love the circuit and the way the track flows. For me, it's the best one. So yeah, I'm really excited.
I was surprised to hear that after each one of our weekends, you go back to Brazil. You're not staying over here. You're going back and forth every weekend. That's got to be tiring.
Yeah, it's really tiring. We're looking to change that, though. Maybe in a few months I'll stay here. But, yeah, it's quite challenging, but it's also really fun to go back to Brazil and go home, stay with my family, and also race here in the U.S.
So Super Competitive Championship is the FR Championship. Lights go out here, race one. What's your goal?
Well, my goal is always to win races. Try to not think about the championship too much, although that's the goal. But yeah, my main goal when I'm racing is just to win every race I'm on, independent of the situation. Yeah, just keep pushing.
Nice. I love that. A little bit of insight here from our points leader in the Formula Regional Americas United States champion, Bruno Ribeiro, doing really well with Kiwi Motorsport. Keep it up, Bruno.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nicholas Ambiato is second in the title fight. Jet Bowling, who was with us earlier today, sits back in third. And then Titus Sherlock. Let's go back to Ben.
Well, thank you very much, Ralph. I'm down here at the Formula Regional Americas United States Championship. And this championship, like we were talking about with Scott Goodyear earlier today, this is the last rung in our ladder, and the winner of this championship goes away with $100,000. I'm hearing right now from Scott Goodyear we're going 5 on the grid, and currently in third place, but qualified P1 Jet Bowling here with his bullhorn, Texas Orthopedic Associates Helmick Farms car. He's currently third in points, but still definitely in the hunt, really wanting that $100,000. Then right behind him is our current points leader, Bruno Ribeiro. We spoke to him earlier looking for that $100,000 with Kiwi Motorsport. But talking about Kiwi Motorsport, you never know what kind of motorsport legends you're going to see here. Bruno Ribeiro over here, I'm seeing him turn on the cameras. He's kind of the driver coach for a lot of these cars. How you feeling about your drivers in this FR Championship?
They're very good drivers. Anytime they have a little problem, I try to help them direct the right way. I'm just there as a wingman for them. So, but I'm very impressed with the way they are all very professional, and they dedicate themselves a lot. So just like we used to do in the past. But I'm Roberto Moreno, by the way.
Sorry, Bruno Ribeiro, Roberto Moreno. Yeah, I had to even go look at his hard card. It's like, my eyes deceiving you? But then I misspoke. I get a little starstruck, so you gotta let me have that a little bit. But you never know what kind of legends you're going to have down here on the grid. Then start out the whole season was top of the leaderboard in the championship, but then it fell off, had some bad luck at Mid-Ohio, and unfortunately 2 years in a row. But running for the Ronald McDonald House with Crosslink, Titus Sherlock, very, very fast driver with the Rain Nutrition. Then we come back here, we've got Nicholas Ambiato doing very, very well, running second right now, currently in the points. Not seeing a camera. Do we have a camera going at him? Okay, it looks like they're coming back here for a camera for the 5-5 car. Then Jake Pollock running with us, doing very, very well with Crosslink Motorsports. Trying to go through my notes here real quick. So he wants me to mention Fourview Ventures and the NRP Group out of Ohio. And then the MTS Motorsport Technical School. Then we go back here. Brady Golan had a very good showing with us at Indianapolis Motor Speedway just a few weeks ago with Tony Driver Development in the number 80. Connor Roberts in the number 46. Very good driver, having a lot of fun in the series. We've seen him on the podium, so watch out for him. And then Barrett Wolf, the car's back together, looking very good in that beautiful blue, the Make-A-Wish Southern Nevada. But Barrett Wolf had a big off this weekend, just today, and I'm actually kind of surprised to see the car running. Let's talk to Gil. Gil, feel like you guys had to work overtime to get this car running. How was it for you? What all did you have to replace?
Almost the whole left side of the car. It was a challenge, but we got good guys in the garage there, and they got it back together, and we're hoping he's got a good run now.
Yeah, when I saw it come in on the hook, I thought, well, that's maybe the end of his day. Maybe we'll see him Sunday. But your team, they're fighters, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. This is what we get paid to do.
Nice. I love it. Well, Ralph, I'm going to send it back to you. Hopefully, Roberto Moreno got that camera in the car. I'm going to send it up to you because they're going to just about to release these cars.
No problem, Ben. Great to see Roberto Moreno here. Of course, Roberto, former Formula One driver, made over 70 starts in Formula One, got up on the podium there. He's a Formula 3000 champion, and of course had a very good career in the IndyCar Championship, and won a couple of races in Indy cars, as well as a great GT racer as well in his home country of Brazil. So great to see Roberto Moreno here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Cars getting ready to roll from the false grid, as it's known, and then out onto the racetrack. As we heard Maximo Karam say earlier today, the racetrack here in New Jersey tends to change rather dramatically over the course of the day, and it has bitten pretty hard here in the last race. In our F4 event, saw a handful of cars getting off track, a couple sustaining. And now it looks like the car is being told to roll out onto the racetrack. They'll pull in behind that C8 Corvette pace car and bring themselves around. Formation lap now officially underway. Formula Regional Americas Championship. You heard Ben talking about it. Here, win this one, get a $100,000 check that you can do whatever you want with and go wherever you want with it. Whether you want to continue up the ladder or do something else. That $100,000 would be a huge boost to any racing budget. Jet Bowling in that 22. You see the 31, Titus Sherlock, Prosper, Texas driver.
Yep.
Good field of cars here in our Formula Regional Americas Championship. This is an FIA-sanctioned series, so there's other Formula Regional Championships around the world. Different countries, different continents. Formula Regional Americas, of course, covering North and South America. As you see our lineup here, Jet Bowling, Bruno Ribeiro in the front row, Titus Sherlock, Nicholas Ambiato, Jake Pollock, and Brady Golan next. Connor Roberts will be alongside of Barrett Wolf, James Lawley, and Anthony Otello. Otello starting in 10th. Jet Bowling hailing out of Dallas, Texas. That bullhorn back Kiwi Motorsport entry. This is a standing start as well. Begin the day with a standing start, and we'll end the day with a standing start. The last of our 3 races here today. Live from New Jersey Motorsports Park on SpeedTour 1. See Bowling trying to heat up those tires as the drivers all pull into place.
Yeah, sorry, that's new for me too, man. Alex, mine is transmitting. This isn't live. You try getting the back lock and back out as much as you can. Maybe it's about so much.
Looks like everybody's in the right slot. Their grid positions. See the folks on just outside the pit wall there making sure their drivers lined up properly. You hear the revs coming up, watching the lights to go out. And we are underway here in New Jersey. There they go, headed down towards turn number 1. Bowling in the 22, Ribeiro in the 01, fighting for the lead already. Give it to Bowling as they get through turn number 1. And joining us just in time for the start, coming out of his car, Kekai Hawanio. Great to have you with us, Kekai.
Your day been going?
Good so far, not as active as yours, but enjoying watching all the racing here as we get this one underway. Kekai, we noticed in your race a lot of cars going off the racetrack. How much has this track changed?
Yeah, the track hasn't changed much. It's just the tire deg. Because a lot of the practice sessions we've had weren't like the full length of the race, so no one's really been able to do a full race run, and you haven't really seen how the tire falls off, and I think it's just a little bit of understeer through one, and you get high-sided on that curb, and you just go straight. So,
and no reason to suspect we won't see anything different here in our Formula Regional Americas race, because they're running the Hancooks as well.
Yeah, and their practice sessions are the same amount of time, so we'll see how they can handle the tire degradation.
Could be the story of this race as well as we come back around to complete lap number 1 with Jeff Bowling out in front. Ribeiro has slipped all the way back to 4th. Ambiato and Sherlock in between the two of them. And it's Pollock, Roberts, Goal, and Wolf, Lawley, and Attiello. Is there a particular part of the racetrack where you're abusing the tires more than the rest?
Yeah, definitely through 1, 2, 3 section, because you're carrying a load of speed through 1 and then trying to carry it up through 2, and especially through the chicane. That's where you can gain a lot of time, so you're always trying to carry the most speed that you can through there, and it really works the tires if you get a little sideways. And the entry to the chicane, actually, a lot of people accidentally drop a wheel on the inside, which throws some dirt, and then people behind might slide, and that just ruins the tire even more.
The chicane would be 3A, B, and C.
Yep.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on that as we work our way through this one. Formula Regional Americas, round 12 of their 2025 championship. You see the 13 there, Wolf. Barrett Wolf out of Las Vegas, Nevada in a Crosslink Motorsports entry. He sits right now in 8th position. Back across the line and Bowling 0.6 of a second out in front of Ambiato. Here comes the 5 car. That's Jake Pollock out of San Antonio, Texas. So 27 minutes to go. Still a lot of racing yet to do. So if you're Ambiato sitting there in 2nd, you don't want to let Bowling pull too far away. But do you put a lot of pressure on right now, or are you just saving tires?
My personal opinion, I would just try and sit there and like sit in his mirror, so it makes him a little nervous, and hopefully that he's trying to push the car to get away. And as I said before, just uses the tire a lot and slowly falls off. So then at the end of the race, that he is a little bit slower than how he would be in the beginning.
How much of an advantage will it be for the drivers who are part of the Crosslink or Kiwi Motorsports organizations who have cars competing in the other series that have already been on track and have notes now on the tire degradation compared to some of the single car teams or the smaller teams?
Yeah, it would definitely help knowing with like tire pressures and stuff like that, and just to see how like when the car starts to fall off and getting the feedback. But
from Attiello in the 07.
But how the schedule is today, where the races are back to back to back, it kind of makes it difficult for that, because as soon as I get out of the car, they're going on the track, so you can't really make much changes on that.
Yeah. One of the elevation sections of the racetrack here. No, it's 5 right there, headed over here to turn 6. Tricky corner there at 6, right?
Yeah, turn 6 is, I wouldn't say tricky, just you have to make sure that you keep the car underneath you and not create the weight transfer too much, because then you'll just get a little snap of oversteer. but just come off the gas, just at least in the Formula 4, just come off the gas just a little bit and get right back in the throttle.
Then through here, you're flat out all the way through 12 out onto the front straightaway.
Yeah, after you go, I like to call it the bowl corner, the long left. Yeah, you're just flat out from there all the way down to turn 1.
Which is down here. Now this turn 2. Bit of a rise as you head over to 3, and 3A, 3B, and 3C. There's Ribeiro, still holding on to 4th, points leader.
Looks like Bowling and Ambiato are pulling a small gap towards Sherlock. First couple minutes they were keeping the same gap, and now it looks like Titus is slowly falling off of the...
Yeah, he's back a fair amount now. See how this impacts the championship. Again, they're fighting for a $100,000 check in your championship as well as in the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Win that title, you get an automatic ride the next year in the series above the one you're currently competing in. But here, Formula Regional Americas, they stroke you a check for $100,000 and you get to go put that money to whatever you want to do with your racing career.
Yeah, it's obviously because the F4, FR, like the organization doesn't have a step up from the FR, so they give you the check and you can go to any type of race you want. If you want to go to sports cars or stay in the Formula Car Series and move up to something else.
If you stayed in open wheels from here, it'd probably be on your way to Indy next.
Yeah, Indy, USF Pro 2000 or Indy next, going towards probably IndyCar, or if you are going towards this Formula 1,
you're headed to Europe.
Yeah, headed to Europe to run Freca and or Formula 3 in Europe.
Well, Jet Bowling would like to have that opportunity to decide. He's 0.6 of a second in front of Ambiato right now. And Bowling came into the day 3rd in the championship behind Ribeiro and Ambiato. So he could have a good day here in the points, and he'll have 2 more races here tomorrow.
And it looks like the gap is kind of staying the same. I mean, it seems like Ambiato gained a little bit and then Jet pulls it away, but it looks like he just gained 0.2 that last lap.
Yeah. Running a 1:13.9 pace, just inside of a minute 14. How do you think that's going to impact those tires? Is that a pace that should give them some tire left at the end, or are they already working them pretty hard?
I mean, if you can run the fast times without working the tire too much, that's the optimal idea of it. But if he's really pushing, yeah, the tire is going to start to fall off here, probably about halfway through the race. And when Ambiato gets close here, he's going to start to deal with a little bit of aero wash from the dirty air coming off the back of Bowling. Something I was dealing with in my race.
Ambiato took the win in race 2 earlier this year at Mid-Ohio. As the South American drivers of Ambiato and Ribeiro swept the weekend there. They're both racing for Kiwi Motorsports, fighting for that $100,000 check. Bowling, Ambiato, Sherlock, Ribeiro, and Pollock still your top 5. Roberts, Golan, Wolf, Lawley, and Audiello behind them.
Yeah, Sherlock has definitely dropped off the pace of Ambiato and Bowling as of right now.
I believe that's Roberts there in the 46, red and black. Robert sits in 6th position. Yep, that's him in car 46. Inside of 20 minutes to go here.
Ambiato's definitely getting close here.
Yeah, he's reeling him in, isn't he?
Their lap times are very similar, so he's not much quicker, but the draft is definitely helping him reel him in here.
Good look from our drone here. Pretty much running the same line, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the thing about this track is there's really only one line that is quick here, so you'll see pretty much everyone doing the same thing.
Bowling went a little wider on the entry there. Now they're flat out as they scream towards 12. Then out underneath the bridge onto the front straightaway. Ambiato right there, just 0.3 of a second behind.
Definitely going to start dealing with some aero wash here.
He's looking inside. Here he comes. Ambiato completes the pass. Bowling drops back to 2nd place now.
Falls hard.
And Bowling locking it up a little bit, going into 5. Think that's tires going away?
I don't know. He might have an issue here.
Yeah, it looks like he's slowing a little bit. Sherlock gets around him easily, and Ribeiro will be next. And he blasts past. Boy, that's a huge blow for Jet Bowling, and a massive hit in the points for him today.
Yeah, unfortunate to see that. We're not sure what the issue is, but definitely if he's just slowing up like that, there's definitely something wrong.
Putting another lap in the books here. 17.5 minutes left to go.
I don't see him coming around here, so he's probably coming.
No, he's made his way to pit lane, hasn't he? Ribeiro now up to 3rd. That's a podium spot, but he'd sure like to be on the top step. Right now it belongs to Nicholas Ambiato. And the Velux USA backed Kiwi Motorsports entry for the driver out of Santiago, Chile.
That moves the rest of the field up 1 position. Jake Pollock in 4th, like to see that.
Yeah.
Fellow Crosslink Motorsports driver.
Well, it's Kiwi leading here, but Crosslink sitting in 2nd with Sherlock, and Ribeiro, another one of the Kiwi drivers, in 3rd. And this battle's starting to heat up here. That's strictly not for position as Autiello quickly succumbs to the pressures of Ambiato, who blasts by. And now he'll keep an eye out in his rearview mirror, knowing the rest of the top group will be working their way past. Here comes Sherlock. He'll look to do the same. Ribeiro clears him as well.
Seems like the gap between Ribeiro and Sherlock has been staying the same.
One into the tires here. And I would think that would lead to a full course caution based on where that car is sitting.
Yep. That might help Jet Bowling out depending on his issue here in the pit lane. Maybe tag along back to the back of the field if he can get out here before the cars go by.
Yeah. 15 minutes left to go here, and we're going to a full course caution. Haven't gotten confirmation on which car that is that's over there.
It looked like, to me, Barrett Wolf.
Barrett Wolf in the 13. One of your Crosslink teammates.
Yep, and there's James Ollie there, and I don't see.
Yeah, no
Wolf.
Barrett behind it. Well, these curbs here are a little bit big, and if you get up on top of them, it'll send you skating off, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a common crash that happens here a lot with the turn 1, turn 2 exit curbs, is especially with these very low Formula cars. It gets up on the curb and bottoms out, and there's no saving it from there.
Well, there's Bowling making his way back out.
Maybe he just had a flat tire or something there.
Yeah, it could be. At this point, he'll try to gain as many points as he can. Any spot will help, right? All right, well, they take care of getting 13 off the racetrack. We'll take a quick break and come right back to New Jersey.
Rev up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
And we are back here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Ralph Shaheen, Kikai Hawanio, and Ben Sissel with you as we're working our way through the Formula Regional Americas Championship. There is a tore-up race car, the number 13 of Bear Wolf out of Vegas, and boy, he did a number on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, it's sad to see that one with the incident that he had in qualifying as well. Hopefully we can get that repaired and he can get back out there and get a good result tomorrow.
Barrett, one of those Crosslink race cars, the Make-A-Wish, Axiom Cyber Cool Inc. backed entry. It's going to be a bit of a late night for some of the Crosslink guys, huh?
Yeah, hopefully they can at least get out of here at a decent time and not too late.
Not going to have to do too much for your car, just a little coat of wax maybe, clean it up a little bit.
Shine, maybe a little setup change here or there. But
what do you expect tomorrow? You have two races tomorrow. Do you think the track will change dramatically, one in the morning, one in the afternoon?
We'll definitely see, because the temperature here has been all over the place. Like the first day, Thursday, it was super hot. The track temp was at one point up to 106 degrees. So that was just eating the tires away. But yesterday and today were a little bit cooler. It got a little warm today, but we'll see how tomorrow's temperature is, and hopefully it's on the cooler side.
Let's head down to the pit lane. Here's Ben.
Yeah, I'm down here with Kiwi Motorsport, doing very well, currently in P1. But my big question, Jet Bowling, running, started P1, running for the championship. What happened there?
Well, all of a sudden we just started to lose our brake pedal, and in the end he had to come in because he had none at all. We've quickly bled the fronts and got half the brakes back. It's just a fight for survival now for him.
So is there air in the system? Do you know what it is?
We just don't know enough yet. I mean, there was air that come out, but yeah, why? Don't know.
Yeah. That's always so frustrating as to the why, especially when you don't know. Sometimes there's a simple solution. But then Ambiato's doing very well, currently in P1. And then you've got Bruno, I think, in P3. So it's doing really well for you guys.
Yep, those boys are doing well. They're just, 10 minutes to go, so anything can happen. But yeah, for Jet, we just want to get them to the end.
Nice, yeah, because it's all about points here. So thank you so much, Kiwi Motorsport. Back to you guys in the booth.
Okay, Ben, yeah. Late afternoon sun. Is it in your eyes anywhere around this racetrack as the sun's going down?
Thankfully not. At least in my race where the sun was positioned, I didn't have any problems with the sun. Maybe now, a little bit later, a little bit lower, so they might be having some issues coming down the front straightaway, but as a race car driver, you learn to kind of look through it.
Yeah, you don't have much of a choice, do you?
Yeah, we don't have sun shades like a normal street car.
So you have 3 wins on the season, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Honestly, it's been a long season, so I think so.
Let's go with 3. That sounds good, right?
Yeah, we'll go with 3.
It's a good number.
Yeah.
Sounds better than 2. But a lot of that was early on in the season, and you've kind of been fighting to get back on the top step of the podium consistently.
Yeah, we've struggled with setup and little mistakes I've been making with overdriving the car, especially at Mid-Ohio. It was super hot, so the tires would fall off super quick. But seems like here we're all right. I just once I was leading the whole race there, and then once they passed me into one on the restart, I had loads of understeer with the aero wash being behind them, and just wasn't used to it. So the first 2 laps was just trying to hang on and not get used to it, and seeing how I had to change my driving compared to how I was out front. Yeah, but overall, I mean, it was a decent race there as long as we finished and got points.
Yeah, but this has been a good racetrack for you. Second in all 3 races here last year in the Ligier Junior Formula Championship Series.
Yeah, it was a good year last year. Lucky to come away with 3 P2s. Hopefully we can finish on the podium, at least on the podium tomorrow, if not win tomorrow as well.
All right, we're being told the safety car is coming in, and we will be going back to green.
Ambiato stacking everybody up for this restart.
You like that idea?
Yeah, it's always good to make sure that everyone's front wing is in the gearbox of the car in front of you, just to
mess up the air.
Not only mess up the air, but just try and get them focused on something else besides Ambiato taking off, and see how his restart is here.
Pollock in that 5. We're going to get going. We go out onto the front straightaway. The green flag is waving at the flag stand. There you see it. And we're screaming down. Oh, one car going up and over the tires of another.
Looks like Titus Sherlock might have an issue here.
Yep, that might be who he went over. And you see Roberts was slowing as well.
That's Brady Golan.
That's Golan, yeah, Brady Golan. And full course caution out again.
I don't know if Sherlock was involved in that, though, because he was, when he came by the booth here, he was already in P3.
And with less than 5 minutes to go, this going to full course caution, that might end up being the end of this.
Yeah, that might be the end of this, depending on how long it takes the safety team to clean up that. I mean, there's probably a lot of debris out here on the front straightaway. So.
Well, that's the problem with stacking everybody up, though, right?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to say, because once you get
or the challenge maybe is a better way of putting it.
Yeah, once you get 3 wide here on the front straightaway, it tends not to be great. There's Golan there in the 80.
Yep. Brady Golan out of Austin, Texas, at Tony Driver Development, tire backed entry.
Sucks to see that for him. He was having a good year, start of the year at NOLA with, I think, a race win, if I'm wrong.
And Brady is 4th in the championship. The only other driver to stand atop the box this season.
And there's the checkered flag.
And the checkered flag is out. As they come onto the front straightaway, that's going to bring this one to an end with Golan's car off to the right there. Checkered flag will wave, and Ambiato will take the win. Ribeiro gets second. Pollock will get third, and a great run for him. And Titus Sherlock will end up 4th. Lawley and Roberts rounding out 6th, and then Golan, Audiella, Bowling, a very disappointing 9th, and Wolf back in 10th.
If I'm mistaken, that might be Pollock's first podium on the season.
I believe you're right.
So a good result for him, at least.
It was a great run.
Some of the Crosslink Motorsports crew will be happy with that.
Yeah, Jake Pollock just has graduated from high school, 18 years old, getting his college courses at the University of Texas, San Antonio, and getting ready to transfer over to UT at Austin next year. Well, that's a big jump, huh?
Yep.
To wear all that burnt orange. There's a look at the results as we just read them off to Ambiato, Ribeiro, and Pollock will be up on the podium. And Ben is making his way over there. Well, Kai, thank you very much for coming by. What's your plan for tomorrow? How do you approach 2 races tomorrow?
Once I get out of here, I'll probably go back and speak to the engineer and watch some video, watch some data, see how we can improve the car, and just hope for a good result.
Well, we look forward to watching you throughout the rest of the season in the FR category or F4 category as you chase that championship and an opportunity to get into Formula Regional Americas. Thanks for coming by. I know you got to get back over there and get going, so we'll let you get away. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Kai Hawanio. And here come the field down pit lane. And they'll be pulling into Parc Fermé, and Ben will be there to grab a word with our winner in that 55. Nicholas Ambiato, the Kiwi Motorsports driver, the Velux USA backed entry, the driver out of Santiago, Chile. Winner here today in race 1 on the weekend at the New Jersey Motorsports Park. There's a big celebration as he crawls out of the car. Mo Murray from Ligier there. Same thing here, the Formula Regional Americas cars. All of them are Ligier chassis. All right, let's go down to Ben with the winner.
Well, Nicholas Ambiato here in winner's circle, P1, crazy race. I see him talking to the team. I'll let you take off your Hans device. So Nicholas put on this beautiful Ligier hat. Tell us about your race out there, because that was a little bit crazy. How was it for you?
Yeah, that was so crazy. Yeah, I started really start, and I had a little touch with Bruno, a race touch, but yeah, I go really fast. I use a new tires for laps, but yeah, I'm very appreciative for results, and I need to thank for the team, my dad, my family, and my friends.
Nice. Now, we had a lot of Vamos Nicolas in the comment section, so say something to our Spanish-speaking friends.
Bueno, agradecer a todos los que me están apoyando en SpeedTour TV, en YouTube y en mis redes sociales. Todo eso, si no fuera por ustedes, no estaría haciendo esto y no sería posible. Así que muchas gracias a todos los chilenos que me apoyan.
Nice. Nicholas Ambiato with Kiwi Motorsport. First, we're going to come over here and talk to Bruno Ribeiro. Bruno Ribeiro doing really well in the points, but I saw Bruno, it seemed like you were a little bit upset coming into second place. What happened out there for you?
Yeah, of course I'm a little bit upset with some attitudes from my teammate. You know, it's not correct what he did. He hit me to get by, so yeah, I'm a little bit upset, but it is what it is. I mean, we still got home in second, and yeah, I think we'll have a chat about it later.
Yeah, chat about it later, but still, to come in here at second, and you know, you're fighting for a championship, a very important championship, that's got to feel good.
I mean, it feels bittersweet. Doesn't feel necessarily good, in my opinion. Because there was so much luck out there, there was so much opportunity, and it just got taken away by somebody. So yeah, I'm a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Hey, but we as motorsport fans, we appreciate the honesty. So thank you, and we'll get them tomorrow, right? So Bruno Ribeiro, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Pollock, first podium finish, best finish in FR America's United States Championship. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, restart was a bit messy, but we'll see what happens afterwards.
Well, tell us about your race.
Yeah, I mean, extremely tiring. A little bit of luck with the safety car coming out, but yeah, happy with the good result.
Nice. And we were speaking earlier today, you've got some new sponsors, not quite on the car, but let's thank the sponsors and get you out here racing with us some more.
Yeah, so I'd like to give a big thank you to 4View Ventures and the NRP Group for letting me race this weekend. Thank you.
Nice. I love it. Well, Jake Pollock, congratulations. I'm going to hand it over to John Phippen so he can start winner's circle. But, Ralph, back to you in the booth real quick. Nice job, dude.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
In racing, every second counts. Communication isn't just important, it's everything. Established in 1996 in Daytona Beach, Florida, SpeedCom Communications was born from a passion for racing and a vision to revolutionize motorsports communication. Trusted by competitors across the world.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, offer less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
Good is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140 mile an hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the VBox HT2 system.
Back here in New Jersey Motorsports Park, late afternoon, racing completed here for the day now. But we're going to head down to the podium here in just a minute to meet all three of our finishers here today in our Formula Regional Americas event. Let's head down there now. Here's John Frippen.
Thanks, Ralph. Appreciate the opportunity. Let's bring up our podium finishers for the final podium celebration on the day. It is my pleasure to introduce the driver for his first podium in the series. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Pollock from Crosslink Motorsports. Fantastic job, Jake.
Thank you. Thank you.
This was an eventful race. Lots of things going on. Of course, we had a yellow flag at the end. Unfortunately, it ended behind the safety car, which nobody likes to see. But you kept your nose clean and got yourself onto the podium. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, before, the safety car came out at the right time. I was feeling it, a little bit of driver degradation. But, yeah, got pretty lucky. Messy restart, but can't do it without Crosslink Motorsport and my family. Thank you.
Yeah, your teammate Titus didn't fire off very well on the restart, which gave you that opening, obviously.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, but I don't know. We'll see the video. I don't know if I passed him before the line or what, but we'll look over it.
Anybody you'd like to thank for your first podium?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the NRP Group, 4View Ventures, and Crosslink Motorsport.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jake Pollock, ladies and gentlemen, first-time podium finisher for Crosslink Motorsports. I'd like to introduce Nick Marandici from Ligier Automotive North America, making our trophy presentations. Nick, thank you so much for doing that. Let's bring up our second-place finisher. He started the weekend as the points leader. He's going to be in second, but not by very much. Bruno Ribeiro, ladies and gentlemen. His 8th podium on the season to go along with 2 wins. Bruno, it wasn't the end of the race that you had hoped for, but hey, you're still right in the hunt for it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a good result for the team. Got hit by my teammate on the beginning, which was no fault of my own. Hurt my race from then on. I had to fall back to 4th and had to do some stuff to get in front of the cars, and I got lucky as well. So yeah, that's the good part. Bad part is got hit and it destroyed my race. So yeah, I'm very, very angry and unfortunate.
I understand that, and work it out. We've got 2 more races to go this weekend. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank all of QE. I'd like to thank everybody on my team, my mechanic Thomas, and everybody who makes me go fast in the racetrack. So yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Second place finish for Bruno Ribeiro. Once again, Nick Marandici making the trophy presentation. As we said, 8 podiums on the season to go along with 2 wins for Bruno. Very much in the hunt. We're only in the second half, we've got the whole second half of the season yet to come. Let's bring up our winner. It's been an eventful race, but the man on top of the box, Nico Ambiato, ladies and gentlemen. Nico, congratulations. Your 4th win on the season. An eventful race for sure, but you were in front at the end.
Yeah, I had a really good start, and yeah, I had in the start race a little touch with Bruno, but yeah, it takes a good depth with Jed, and the restart had the win. Yeah, I need to thanks for the Chilean people. He support me all my way for the race car way, but yeah, I need to thank for my family, the team Kiwi, my friends, and obviously Chilean people.
We have lots of fans in South America. Anybody you'd like to thank in your native language?
Bueno, agradecer a todos los que han apoyado, a toda la gente chilena que ha apoyado en YouTube, en Instagram, y si no fuera por ustedes no sería nada posible, así que bueno, agradecer primero a mi país, que lo amo mucho.
Congratulations.
Gracias.
Top step in the box, ladies and gentlemen, for Nico Ambiato from Kiwi Motorsport. His 4th win to go along with 5 other podiums on the season. Thanks again to Nick Marinici for making the podium presentations for us. All of our drivers with Ligier hats on them, as they should, as we thank Ligier for all the work they do, Mo Murray and his entire crew here this weekend. Let's bring up our second round of hats from Mountoon. Mountoon, of course, another one of our presenting sponsors that provides the power plants for these cars, keeping us with motive power for both this class as well as our Ligier Junior Formula Championship class. Thanks to Mountoon for all the work they do to make that possible. Trophies aloft one more time. Thank you. Another round of applause is certainly appreciated. And of course, we could not get by without thanking our friends from Hankook Tire, who provide the tires not only for this race, race series, but the other two race series in our championship, Ligier JFC, as well as the F4 US Championship. Thanks to Danny Von Dongen and his crew from Hankook for all the hard work. Once again, trophies aloft. Another round of applause if you wish, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. All right, here's everybody's favorite part. For the celebration, let's hear it for Jake Pollock for his first podium for Crosslink Motorsports. Bruno Ribeiro from Kiwi Motorsport in second. And your winner, Nico Ambiato, also for Kiwi Motorsports. Ralph, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, John, thank you very much. Nice job down there as our victory podium wraps up for Formula Regional Americas here. Rounds 12, 13, and 14 here this weekend for them. That was 12. They'll race rounds 13 and 14 tomorrow, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. We still have some more stuff for you to keep you going here this afternoon from New Jersey Motorsports Park, but we are going to step away for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back live here on Speed Sport 1.
And get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Welcome back. Glad to have you with us still here from New Jersey Motorsports Park. Sun setting off to the west. We're about an hour outside of Philadelphia here in Millville, New Jersey. Big water tower off the backside of the front straightaway here. And the activity is still going on in the paddock, and that's where Ben Sissel is.
You're good, Ben. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the winning car, Nicholas Ambiato, being pulled out. I was hearing, get a little shot of this, because I was hearing it's just water, but let me see. That has more than just water in it. I promise you that. So what's happening here is they're going to bring all the cars over to what's called Parc Fermé, and that means the cars come in here. That actually means close park in French. I heard that from our truck driver, Ron Rigdon, who speaks fluent French. They bring it over here. They're not allowed to touch the cars until they go through tech. So that's going to be quite unusual here for the drivers to come through before they go through tech. This is standard operating procedures for this, though. After the race, they go into Parc Fermé, into lockdown, then they bring them through tech, the top 5 cars, just to make sure there's no infractions. And we're going to come down here and talk to the drivers in Parc Fermé after a few interviews right here.
Well, Ben, you will do anything to get the story, won't you? Sacrificing everything.
I'll be over here.
Go ahead and taste whatever it was leaking out of the bottom of the car. That's commitment right there. There you can see from our drone where the tech inspection is. It's in that first open bay there to the left of the MPT sign. They roll through and out the other side. Here's a look at the 2025 event calendar. We've completed a lot of it already. NOLA, Mid-Ohio, Road America, New Jersey Motorsports Park, all in the books. Indianapolis as well. We will be going to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, then on to VIR, and we'll wrap up the championships. Formula Regional Americas, F4 United States Championship, and the Ligier Junior Formula Championship, all at Barber Motorsports Park down in Alabama in October. So still a fair amount of racing to go, considering there's 2 to 3 rounds at every single one of those events. Should make for some great title fights all the way to the end. Final checkered flags in Barber. Speaking of title championship fights, let's take a look at the Ligier Junior Formula Championship. Now, this was coming into today's race. Gaston Arazu, Champagne Racing, had the lead over Such. That has been extended here today. So Drew will be looking to get to the top step of the podium twice tomorrow and close that gap back up. Kara, Felber, and Doss were all in the top 5 coming into the day. In F4, Shipman has extended his lead over Jaunillo. Popoff had a rough day. Campbell and Huerta, top 5 there. And finally, in the Formula Regional Americas Championship, Ribeiro was the leader over Ambiato. That's going to tighten up in a hurry, probably change. Bowling, a really rough day here. So he's probably going to slip back into the clutches of Titus Sherlock, and then Golan in 5th. But again, everybody has 2 races tomorrow, so anything can change before we leave here Sunday night. And we go back to Ben.
Go, Ben.
All right, so we are at Parc Fermé, which means all the cars have to come in here. They're not allowed to touch the cars or anything like that. The drivers are here. Jake Pollock just right out of the car. That's got to feel really good as they roll this thing into tech. And I know it's been a crazy weekend so far for Crosslink, and they gave you a nice machine there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, can't do without them. Huge thanks to them.
Nice, yeah, and they you got to go through there and make sure that, I know that you got to get weighed and all that stuff. They go through all the tech stuff, but Crosslink, man, they really went through it. They had to do some major repairs on some of these cars. And then Titus Sherlock, how was your race out there?
Suboptimal, to say the least. From the very first lap, I was having alarms on my dash for the shift pressure, and throughout the whole race, I was losing the shifts, so I was falling back, and then on the restart, I got stuck in gear fully. And then the safety car kind of saved me, so I kept 4th. But, yeah, I mean, just the same sensors keep going bad, so it's unfortunate, but we still recovered a okay result in the end.
Well, is that some of the same problems you were having last round at Mid-Ohio, or is this something new?
It's about a 2-year problem now with the same thing, so it's just got to deal with it, I guess, and cross our fingers for the next one.
So when we're talking about, can you show everybody on the steering wheel what kind of alarms are going off? Are you able to disconnect that and show us what you're seeing in the car to let you know you're having some shift problems or anything like that? You don't have to turn the car on. I just want to see if you can disconnect the wheel. And what are you seeing there?
Well, it's not there right now, but these lights would be flashing red. This would be a red border, and it would tell me what the issue is, essentially. And then I can acknowledge it for it to go away, but when the issue persists, it comes right back. So that's what we would see.
And on a track like this, where you're constantly working, except for maybe this front straight, you know, it's hard for you to be driving competitively through a field and then having to press the buttons in the right order to get what you need to happen.
Right, yeah, it was pretty hard to focus, and plus you lose your shift lights as well, so you have to kind of go off of sound when we're usually kind of relying on that specific light, so it takes your mind off of it and just couldn't quite focus as I'd like to. But again, we got a bit fortunate with the safety car at the end to still get a somewhat decent result.
And that's when you're fighting for a championship this close for $100,000. Every little point counts, because Titus Sherlock started out so strong and just had 2 unfortunate events. Well, actually, not this event so far, but just the race 1. But James Lawley, how was your race out there?
I mean, got somewhat lucky myself with all the little bit of stuff that went on there, but I mean, that's kind of what it's all about sometimes, and you just got to keep going and kind of deal with all the situations that happen out there.
Nice. Yeah, that's exactly right. You just kind of have to deal with what's been thrown at you. And it seemed like this afternoon everything was thrown at everybody. Anthony Attiello out here. You scared Jansen away. I don't know what's going on, but how was your race?
It was a great race. P6 is the best finish we've had all year. It's definitely a money ball weekend, but super glad to it was nice and cool this afternoon, so a little bit easier to drive. It was great.
Now, you sound like you might be from around this area. Where are you from?
Well, originally from Rhode Island, but spent a lot of time in New York and in Boston as well, so the accent is a giveaway.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Well, Anthony Attiello, one of my favorite cars out here, because it's kind of an homage to the Lotuses of like 10, 12 years ago in Formula One. Is that what you were going for?
Exactly. All the cars I have are the same way. And we also have Hope for the Warriors on here. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Hope for the Warriors, get a little awareness for their foundation. And thank you for bringing awareness for the series.
Nice. And Attiello Construction. We can't forget about the sponsors, right?
That's right. That's right. The ones who pay the bills.
Nice. I love it. And 6th place, best finish so far. How cool is that? How cool is that? What in the world? Golan, what happened there at that last restart? I saw you go up in the air there for a little bit.
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I was going straight, and then I was looking at the sky. Kind of felt like Ricky Bobby, but not in a good way. Yeah, just flying.
Did it break the front suspension? I didn't see what happened after that.
I'm not really sure. The wheel was upside down, but I was going straight, and like I had no steering, so yeah, I guess it would have broken the front left. Yeah. Front wing was knocked, so no mames.
Yeah. Anytime that the steering wheel's upside down, but you're going straight, that's usually a bad sign. But you've got tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Let's try to. Oh, here we go, Connor. And I was noticing this when you got out. Are you the only one wearing knee pads out there? You know, because you're kind of a taller driver.
I'm too tall for the cockpit surround with the foam, so I have to wear knee pads because it's the only way that I can get in and out.
Nice. And I didn't even know OMP, one of our great marketing partners and sponsors, made knee pads for Motorsports.
I got 2 sets. Yeah, because sometimes I had to wear them on the outside too in the F4 car because of my seating position. Yeah. But only the top here.
Yeah. Well, you're taller than I am, and I'm 6'3", so that's not the normal height for drivers.
Yeah, definitely not in the open wheel cars. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you know we make it work, and I get comfortable.
So how was your race out there for round 1 here at NJMP?
It went good at the start, and then on that last restart, we got caught up. I think Titus had a shifter problem, and so he was stuck in 3rd gear on the restart. And, you know, just kind of didn't see him there with the 2 cars in front and braked to avoid him and then got hit in the back by Brady. It's just unfortunate for both of us to not finish.
Yeah, totally unfortunate. Well, sorry about that, Connor. But you were on the podium with us last year at CTMP, and, that's our next round. But we've got tomorrow as well. You feeling good for that?
Yeah, I won here last year in F4 too, so I'm hoping to use some of that experience tomorrow and hopefully make the car better.
Nice. Which round did you win last year? Do you remember?
3. Nice. Race 3.
All right, so Sundays are good for Connor Roberts. I want to talk to Jet, but before we go to that, Anthony, I'm looking over my shoulder and I'm seeing this. Are you seeing that down there? Okay. Little James Bond spike coming out of the wing there. I like that. I like the competitive advantage there. Jet bowling, I saw something I've never seen. I've never seen somebody come in and have to bleed the front brakes in the middle of the race. How was that?
Yeah, not something you want to do mid-race at all. So, yeah, just lost brakes leading the race with like halfway to go. So, pretty brutal day.
Did your pedal go all the way down to the floor? Did you know, was it air in the system? Did it just feel like you had no pressure?
It didn't go all the way down, so, I'm lucky that it wasn't, a big brake zone and I didn't run into any walls or damage the car or myself at all. So just slowly lost brake pressure, and then all of a sudden it did go all the way down, but it was in a slow corner, so I'm okay. Car's okay, so at the end of the day, it's not a horrible day.
Nice. And how long did it take them to, they have to put the car up in the air, they have to take the 2 front wheels off to just get in there and see it? How long did that seem like it took forever?
Yeah, I mean, especially after coming out of the race lead, it felt like an hour.
Yeah. Well, man, I am so sorry about that, but were you able to get any points from that at all?
Yeah, I think we were able to scrap up 9th, so 2 points. But, I mean, we had 25 in our pocket, so pretty horrible day.
Nice. I love it. Well, this is Parc Fermé. Everybody's kind of coming out to talk to everybody here. We've got the guys over here in the scooties. We were talking to you earlier, Furry, and you were like, you were saying that you barely made it out there to grid. So tell everybody what that was about.
Yeah, I mean, we had an incident in qualifying. It was a very small crash at the beginning until we took the car apart and we actually found that our engine mount had cracked in half. So unfortunately, we had to replace our entire engine. So shout out to the Kiwi guys for getting it done. I mean, they were throughout their lunch. I don't think they even ate lunch. So hopefully they have a good dinner tonight. And yeah, a big thank you to them.
Nice, yeah. Exactly. It takes some of these teams have really been thrashing, especially the Kiwi team and Crosslink. And thank you guys so much for coming out here. And then Shipman, how was your race? I know we talked a little bit, but how was your race out there? And then is it fun to kind of come and see that, you might be running this FR group next year?
Yeah, I gotta scout out the future competition. But yeah, no, it was a good race. Just kind of processing everything. Haven't gotten to take a look at any of the video yet. But yeah, for as chaotic as it was, definitely happy to come away with the 25 points and keep the championship lead.
Nice. Well, keeping the championship lead. You can see the last cars are coming through here. Coming through Tech here at the New Jersey Lottery SpeedTour at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Today was a little bit crazy. Thank you so much to Speed Sport 1 for broadcasting such a fantastic day with the Ligier JFC F4 and FR United States Championship. We will be back tomorrow on SpeedTour TV on YouTube. But Ralph, I'm going to send it back up to you in the booth so you can send us away on Speed Sport 1.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. It has been a fun day of racing here
wrap on me
at New Jersey Motorsports Park. There you see a motocross track off the backside of the front straightaway here as well. All sorts of different forms of racing that you can try out when you come here to New Jersey Motorsports Park in Millville, New Jersey. 2 racetracks. We've been racing all day today on the Thunder Circuit. There is another one known as Lightning as well. Go-kart tracks, the motocross track, axe throwing, all sorts of stuff. And as you saw during the races, plenty of condos where you can call New Jersey Motorsports Park your home if you so choose. Good look at the paddock from high atop here with our drone. And we will be back here tomorrow, racing kicking off at 8 a.m. We'll have a host of SVRA categories with our Sports Car Vintage Racing Association. And then the 3 open wheel divisions you saw here in action today will run twice tomorrow in the morning and then again in the afternoon to close out rounds 13 and 14 of their series. For Ben Sissel and a whole host of others who stopped by, Kekai Hawanio, Maximo Karam, Jet Bowling, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from New Jersey Motorsports Park on this Saturday night. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning to do it all over again. So long, everybody.
When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off.